Welcome to Let's Talk Jets Radio.
Mr. Tyrone.
Mr. Tyson Roush, how you doing, champ? How you feeling, bro? Before we even get started, bro, you got to talk about this. You just did 56 miles in 48
54.
hours.
I only did 54.
54 miles. And you know what's crazy? I'm sorry for bugging you and checking on you. I couldn't help it. I just had to, bro. How you feeling, man? Tell everybody how it was, the process, what you went through. Let's just start there, bro, before we get to the obvious, what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you to you and everybody that reached out, man. Pretty much the whole entire time from like Friday night to yesterday, people reaching out. I definitely appreciate it, man. I feel like absolute dog shit. I feel terrible today. I feel, and what made me, it's just because, but I was like, the only positive was I took off work today. So I'm like, you know what? I can rest all day. The Aaron Rodgers announcement will come out. I can do content. We can do streams. We can do all that. I can just enjoy the entire day of stuff, right? And ain't nothing. We have a day of, we have Trey Wingo's tweet that gets us all excited. Nobody can confirm it. You watch Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport just melt down on live television. And then you see Rich Eisen, who correctly just talked like I would have talked. Like watching Rich Eisen the last like couple hours on NFL Network was awesome because he was just like, you could see he's like, Aaron, what are you doing, dude? Like, let's just announce this stuff and be done. And like, you're just the anticipation because you had Breece Hall tweet and you had Garrett Wilson, you have Uzama. Everybody, there's so much anticipation. It's just like, come on, man, let's get this going because everything is just is contingent on that. Like, once Aaron Rodgers, once they get a trade done, all the moves will follow. So it's, but I just want to thank you, thank you, Tyrone, and everybody, Paul and Afram and everybody that reached out, and everybody else tweeting me, dude. It was much harder than I thought it was going to be. Because the weather was rain, it was cold, it was windy. You got to dress differently for rain and cold, and then it's just, the hydration became a factor and stuff. So it was rough, dude. But I raised over $4,000, dude. So that's just tremendous, man. Pretty freaking cool there,
sir, man.
Yes, which is awesome. And the other thing too is I received a lot of stories from veterans or people, families that have veterans that deal with PTSD. And a lot of stories that were shared, which were that became very near and dear to me. So, you learn a lot about, PTSD and what veterans go through and stuff like that. And so overall, it was a great experience. I wish I felt better today. I was like, dude, I made a video early. I couldn't keep my eyes open, dude. I was like nodding off when I was doing it. It's like, this is terrible.
I just saw you. I saw you finish, man, and I was like, I know he's done. But I do have one question to ask for the challenge. The last one you did was 48 miles.
Yep.
So I mean, I know this one was a little bit harder, because you added more miles to it.
Yep.
But listen, I saw you had posted something, right? You were like 30 some miles in, and I saw a certain guy, man. I saw a certain guy that just kind of tweeted you, bro. And I just, listen, I knew at that moment you were just went crazy. So the guy I'm talking about, the famous guy who started all this, can you touch how you felt when you saw that tweet? Because I said, yo, my man, yo. So I had to screenshot it and I was like, the GOAT commented. Oh my God!
Because it's the David Goggins challenge, 4x4x48, and he's actually inspired me. I read his first book. It's called "Can't Hurt Me." And he changed my life, dude. Just the way I approach things, my outlook, my mindset, and everything like that. And so you hit a point during these challenges. Do you hit a wall? And you're sitting there, and I was only doing 4.5 miles at a time, but you're sitting there, and you're like, holy shit, man! Like I have no energy. I was eating right. I tried to do everything possible. So I put my tweet because like part of the challenge is you gotta show transparency. You got to show each step that you go through. You accumulate your miles. So I was like, I don't know, 30 something miles in or whatever it was, and I tagged Goggins in my my Instagram story, and he responded to me. And I was like, bro, that is crazy. Cause like,
Yeah, man, that was dope.
he's got millions of followers. I'm sure he gets all kinds of stuff, dude. And it's just like, and that just gives you a little kick in the ass, man. The guy that motivated you to do all this stuff to do this is it was freaking cool as hell, man.
Yeah, that was
That
dope.
definitely made my day for sure, dude. At
That was dope.
100%.
That was dope. When I saw that you had the screenshot, I made it bigger. So I was like, the goat commented. I know he about to run. He
Bro.
about to run these last 20 miles like it's nothing. And one last question I want to ask you,
Yeah.
right? Why you pick heels, man? Like, I was like, yo, why are you running up heels to make it harder?
Yeah,
I was
man. Why
like,
not? I like to
uh,
challenge myself, dude. Because it was I did 48 last year. So I'm like, let's make it a little bit harder. Let's 54 miles and challenge it and see if you can do it. You want to see it, try it. Like I said, the weather wasn't unexpected to me. I wasn't prepared. I mean, listen, I run year round, dude. I run in rain, snow, wind. But the way it played out this year was just unfortunate, man. It was like everything that could go wrong did go wrong. And the funny thing is that nobody knows. I actually got hurt 2 weeks before I was doing the challenge. I got hurt sparring. So I have a really bad shin and I pull my hamstring. So I was worried about that as well. And you're running in rain, so the road's slippery. So I'm just like, I'm like, you couldn't get any worse than this. So,
wow.
but thank you to everybody who reached out. Definitely appreciate it. Incredible experience. Raised over $4,000. So thank you, thank you, thank you. But let's talk some Jets before we get hate from everybody. So there's big quarterback
Oh
news
my
today. There's
goodness.
very big quarterback news today. Mike White is going to the
That's right.
Dolphins.
Everybody else.
And you know what? Good for him, dude. Get that money because the Jets weren't going to pay him that here. When you have Zach Wilson here and you're going to probably have Aaron Rodgers, you cannot afford to pay your second or third string guy another whatever up to $16 million in over a couple of years. So congratulations to Mike White, dude. Good for him.
Yeah.
I have no, he get make the money.
Hey, listen, when most people leave the Jets, man, I probably stop my fandom right there. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, man. I'm happy for Mike White, and I'm low key gonna be a fan of Mike White.
Yep.
I'm gonna root for Mike White. I'm not gonna root for the Dolphins. I'm gonna root for him to be successful. This guy he was a really good Jet. He did an amazing job. He did everything we asked him to do, and he showed up. Right, he didn't complain. He waited his time. He bought his
Yep.
time, and all I gotta say is, man, congratulations to him and his family. I'm extremely happy for him. I hate to see him go, but at the end of the day, he had to do what's best for him and his
Yep.
career and his family. And I wish him nothing but success. I wish the Dolphins to lose, but I wish him success.
Yeah, me
So,
too, man. So you got from Mike White was a guy that left the Jets. The Jets actually kept two. They kept Greg Zerline. He's got a great leg. He was
yeah.
accurate. You retain a quality kicker. I have no problem with that. It makes a lot of
Nope.
sense, right?
Listen, his name is Greg the Leg. You know what I'm saying? And so what else are you supposed to do? Nah, I think he came on this year. I think he played well. But the year prior to that, he had a really bad year. And him coming around and doing a good job for us. I think he was like 70% for kicks over 60. I mean over 50. So I'm happy that we brought him back. I thought it was a wise move. I didn't get the details of the contract, but I just think he bringing him back. Somebody solid, familiar, did a good job. So Brian Broyer is absolutely amazing special teamers in his own way. You know what I'm saying? So hey, you already know what time it is, baby. Jets up. Let's talk Jets. You know how we do. But
Yeah, no, 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 no. We don't know how we do it because
I
that's
mean,
that's
listen,
the
man.
hoodie
Hey,
that.
hey,
See,
hey,
thank you,
hey,
Tony.
Tony,
Thank
Tony,
you for mentioning this, man.
Tony,
Because
Tony, Tony.
I
Listen, Tony.
I couldn't
We
I
can't.
can't relate to that hoodie. I never seen it before.
Tony, Tony, you talk what you hit me up, message me, baby. You know how we do. Listen, man. Tyson. We're gonna leave him alone. But anyway, back to the most important
But
thing. You
let's
know
ignore
what
the
I'm
fact
saying?
that Tyrone promised that shit like a year ago. But no big
I
deal.
mean, but I got your shirt though. I got the shirts here. He just didn't give me the hoodie. But anyway,
What are they?
long,
What are you? Are you gonna walk them to us? Like how are they gonna get
Yo,
here?
listen. I mean, a long story longer. So back to Greg Zerline. Listen, I'm really happy that we brought him back. I think it was a smart move. And then we'll go to Quincy, and I'll go in first with this. I thought it was smart with bringing Quincy back. I wanted to bring Quan back as well. I think we watched Quincy grow, and I think we watched him really becoming a better linebacker. I think he needs to improve in coverage, but I think other than that, he does an amazing job. This kid is like a bolt of lightning when he fires and hits somebody. So that just get him to cover better and become a better linebacker. But each year we watch him progress and we watch him get better. And then he's your best player's brother. So why wouldn't you want him to come back? And
Yeah, I
listen,
mean,
and people who are complaining, listen, he took a team friendly deal. He could have got more money in the open market. And I want you guys to understand that he really could have. And he chose to stay here. So he understands what we're working on the building. So with that, I'm happy. What you think?
Yeah, I mean Quincy Williams coming back is a great sign. I mean, you have Quan and Quincy, both free agents. You know, you're wondering about how much money he was going to get. Reasonable deal, easily your fastest linebacker. Hopefully, becomes a little more consistent in coverage and tackling. It seemed like he had a couple splash plays, then vanished for a little while. But overall, good. I like to see Quan come back too. You know,
Yep.
and like I said, bringing him back with Quinn in here is always a good thing too. I mean, you kind of keep
Always.
hoping because with the money being given out with these defensive tackles, Quinn Williams is going to be sitting there laughing with the money he's going to get. So
You know, the funny
good.
part is though, the contract that Payne got in Washington, I thought that was a reasonable deal. So if Quinn gets something around that, it makes him the highest paid. So I was thinking it's going to be more over north of 100. A Payne deal was like 90. So I see Quinn around 95 or 100. That's not really a bad outlook. And yeah, bro, we all miss prime time,
We all
man.
miss Kevin, dude.
He's taking his time with he's going through what he's going through. Prime time, we love you. You already know what it is.
You know what's funny
Take
though?
your time.
We miss
Yeah.
prime time, and now we have people taking shots at us like you two are boring. We always agree. I'm like, what the fuck? Do you want us,
We
what do
don't
you want us
listen.
to, what do you want us to argue
Listen.
about? Like, there's nothing to
Yeah,
argue about
listen.
right now. Like, we're not like
The
like-
bad part with people is me and Tyson really don't agree on a lot of shit. We agree on things that make sense and things that's
Exactly.
better. But when it comes to certain players or certain things for the team, because listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. Like I'm gonna say this right now, but Tyson, I'm gonna jump into this. This saga that we're going through. I called it a couple of weeks ago. This is why I didn't want to do this because we already knew how this was going to go. And you're not sick of this shit already? Like
well,
already
well,
it
li-
started,
well, listen,
man.
yeah, we'll go
Jesus.
into this. I do boxing sparring and kickboxing sparring. I do both. Well, it's funny because the nightmare that could potentially happen started to play out. Derek Carr went to the Saints, and we all kept saying it. Jimmy G is going to the Raiders.
Yup.
We knew this was
Knew
going to
it.
happen.
Knew it.
So it
Knew
was like you see that, and then it's like all is silent with Aaron Rodgers. I'm like, all right, your plan B and C are gone. So
gone.
now it's Aaron Rodgers or bust, and this is a nightmare. And
Yup.
and as a Jets fan that's cynical and worried that he's going to just walk, because Aaron Rodgers is not your normal person. He beats
Nope.
to his own drum. He can
Yep.
come out tomorrow and be like, you know what? I'm out. I'm going to go golfing. I'm going to do this.
Yep.
You never know what he's going to do. So a little bit, you could say, all right, maybe we panic a little bit. You get a little uncomfortable. Trey Wingo fires that tweet out, and then you feel better about it. But this is the Aaron Rodgers saga. He never goes by the rules. And what we were all saying was, get this
Monday.
done by noon on Monday, right? We're like,
Yep.
it's going to drag out all weekend. I'm glad it dragged out all weekend because I had to worry about doing that while I was running. But it's like, all right, I woke up this morning. I'm like, 10:30, 11 o'clock, here it comes. And it didn't.
Nope.
And now it's all this. And it's funny because everybody's silent and nobody knows anything. Nobody knows nothing. And this is the way Aaron Rodgers plays it. You know, AJ Hawk knows something, but he ain't saying nothing.
Yep.
So
It-
it's until it's final, it's at a little official statement. As a Jets fan, you're still nervous. And I'm all in. I mean, we all like at this point, Jet fans, you have to be all in for Rodgers because there's nobody else. You're talking about what Matthew Stafford is going like that. That's going around now. And hopefully Tannehill gets cut. But
Bro,
and the Lamar Jackson thing, you can't even bid on him until Wednesday. And I think the Ravens are going to match it.
You know the funny part is, Damon Woody put out a tweet today, and I knew your heart just dropped.
Yep.
Damon Woody was like, Jets, man, Jacoby Brissett.
Oh, I was it.
Hey, listen, I've been saying Jacoby Brissett is going to be our quarterback for
Nope.
weeks. I've been
I'm out.
saying this, y'all. Listen, you ain't going nowhere, bro. And what it is.
I'm
listen,
out.
This,
You give me Brissett,
I-
I'm done streaming. I'm done doing content. I'm out. I'm going
I-
to become a casual fan.
I
Done.
knew this was going to happen when they did this. We knew. Bro, listen,
But you
this
gotta be surprised we're here right now. It's what 8:15
No,
Monday night.
Tyson,
You're
I'm
not
not-
surprised this wasn't announced
No,
already?
I'm not. I'm
don't
not,
think we go
Tyson.
this
I'm
far.
not. Listen, I told you, man, in the beginning, man, I wanted Carr just because I wanted to avoid this type of situation. To be honest with you, I just kind of had this feeling it was going to be this kind of situation, and now we're sitting here at
Yep.
8:14 at night doing a stream about a guy who has not committed to what he want
Yep.
to do to nobody. Now listen, all the quarterbacks that we could have got are already gone. So we're left with plan E, D, you know what I'm saying, and Z, bro. This is why they want to do this shit. Because we're
Yeah, but I
sitting here
think I think I'm kind of with this. I kind of think it's a done deal too. I just think Aaron Rodgers wants to do things his way with his type of announcement, have all his ducks in a row. Like make sure he has every T crossed. It's about money. It's about what players are available and everything else. I do think that. I think it just sucks their win because, people aren't going to wait for money, dude. Like a lot of these, like you can have friends out there in your sport that want to play with you, but they may not sit around and wait a couple of days to pass up money.
I mean, listen, this is the bad part, man. You can't sign anyone else so you know what's going to happen with him. This is the problem. So your whole plan of free agency just got blown out the window because you can't make any major moves because you don't know how much you're going to, you know what you have to have for him and allocate for him, but you don't know exactly what it's going to be because it still could change. So this is just a joke, man. And you know what's crazy? If we don't get Aaron Rodgers, this organization will be the joke of the league, which has been for so many years. It's going to get super ugly. And Jets Twitter is going to shut down Twitter. I guarantee it.
Well, it's going to shut down. It's going to shut it down either way, dude. Once the Rodgers trade officially goes through, Jets Twitter was chaos. That's what Trey Wingo's tweet. But you're right, dude. You're either going to be all in and celebrate every aspect of this, or if it doesn't work out, it is a colossal disaster. Colossal, because you have players celebrating and excited. Everybody, fans are excited, players are excited. Everybody's expecting it to go through. And if it doesn't,
and this is even the worst part, man. From what I gather from his conversation with Brandon Marshall, and big ups to B. Marshall, man, for just being that guy that's always standing up for the Jets, man. I give him that, man. He wasn't here long, but he's a Jet, man. I appreciate that. But if he comes, he's only coming for 1 year. We'll be right back in the situation next year 100%. Doing the same stupid shit. This is just the saga you get with he's that talented, but at some point I see why Green Bay is sick of this shit.
I see why they want to get rid of him. The Jets now, they're all in, dude. All the cards are on the table.
You have no choice.
But you're all in to get them, and now it's like, and you're right, no matter what happens, dude, you go to playoffs, do whatever you do this year. This time next year, we're going to be having streams. Is Aaron Rodgers going to retire or not? He's going to go radio silent and you're not going to know nothing about it. And that's going to be the challenge. And it's just, this is it. And, everybody's saying, this could be a 1 year deal. And like that for me,
it's a 1 year deal.
So you're going to sell us what? The compensation is going to go down. You're going to be all in for a 1 year run with Aaron Rodgers and then say what? Zach Wilson learned from him and Zach Wilson can play in 2 years. That's not a plan I really enjoy. But I think that's where. But there's also this too. The Jets. I mean, there's nothing else, dude. There's no leverage. Like this is it.
There's nothing.
This is all gone.
Once everybody else signed, it was a wrap. He knows it. Like there's nobody else. So you're either
Lamar Jackson's not happening. I don't think.
You're either going to play his game or you're done. So you're going with your fourth option, and that. I don't know, man. I hate for somebody to hold me hostage. It's like dating someone, right? Who breaks up with you, and then she goes to another guy and realizes that he's not that guy and wants to come back to you. She's not coming back because she loves you. She's coming back because you're a safe option. And I don't want someone to play with my emotions like that. And that's how I feel with him. It's like, yo, listen, he's a great quarterback, man. But at some point, man, bullshit is bullshit. Like you're not gonna just keep playing with me like that, man. It's like,
if it comes out tonight, tomorrow morning, you're like, all right, if this drags until like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you got, come on, bro. Like this, like either you want to play or you don't. Is it 1 year? Is it more than 1 year? There's a lot of questions he has to answer. And then it seems like everybody keeps saying if he comes here, it's a package deal. Like he's coming here, but a group of guys are coming with him. Whether it's Beckham, whether it's a center, whether it's God knows who, it's could be Cobb, could be Lazard, it could be whatever.
Man, listen, that's not. I don't believe none of that shit.
I do. I definitely do. Aaron Rodgers is about it. He wants familiar faces around him. He wants, if he's gonna have one more shot to play somewhere, he wants it to be the perfect scenario where he has Hackett, he has a coordinator there, and he wants some friends with him.
He's so fucking complicated, man. How
can you
make
this?
Exactly? So listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would hate to be in the Green Bay brass and have to deal with this shit every.
They don't care. They've already moved on, dude. They've already moved on. They don't give a rat's ass.
Hey, do you blame? Listen, this is the question. They want to get rid of a Hall of Famer like it's nothing. Nothing. The compensation. Listen, did you see the Green Bay fans talking about the compensation for Aaron Rodgers? We're going to get three for. You're going to get three what? You're going to get three for Rodgers? Listen, if he retires, you stuck with that $59 million. You realize that, right?
Yep. No, I understand.
And listen, and he's the kind of ass that'll just come back just because he can. Just because just to prove a point, man, that I can screw you. Like this is the problem. We get mixed up in that, and now we like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's like a female having two dudes, and you just the side dude, and you fell in love and shit. That's not your role, big fella.
Yep.
You got to play your position. So now Aaron is like, look, I got y'all by the balls, I got them by the balls. It's whatever it's gonna be, man. So
Well, now check this out. You got Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson's responding. The fans are like, "Hey, Garrett Wilson's all excited." Garrett Wilson says, "I ain't gonna fake it. I thought Dove. His tweet was the news break I was waiting for." Shaking my head. I don't know anything. Sorry about that. So now Garrett Wilson's bringing it back, saying he doesn't know what's going on. So I think probably the Jets are probably like, "Why are all these players saying that?"
I mean, because they want that guy there. They want this guy because they realize what he can do and make this team so much better. And for him to even, I don't know, man. I just don't like get played like that, man. I ain't for the getting played with, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is.
I ain't for that, bro. I'm just not, man. It's just.
Oh, I see, Jomo. I saw your thing. You said Corey Davis got cut. So I'm looking on friggin' thing, and you bastard.
Corey Davis got cut?
No, he didn't. Jomo said that in the chat. I was looking it up, and then now Mike White did a farewell, like a nice farewell little message to the fans. Hypothetically speaking, would you guys be okay if Aaron plays 1 year, wins us a Super Bowl? Oh, come on, dude.
Hey, bro,
what are we doing here?
Listen, bro. You don't
so wait, hold on, Tyler. It says he'll win us a Super Bowl. He can fix Zach, and Zach becomes a franchise. Yeah, and I want him to cure world hunger, and I want him to fix all the potholes in New Jersey. And come on, that's like the perfect scenario, man.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. If Aaron comes here and wins the Super Bowl, you can start Zach for the next 5 years, and we can lose every game for 5 years, and I won't say a fucking word. I promise you. I'll be, listen. I don't even. I want. Listen, I just want to get to a Super Bowl. I want to know how it feels. Like,
see, the other thing is though, but the thing with Aaron Rodgers though is there's not even any other teams being mentioned.
Nope.
The Raiders got their guy. Tennessee still has Tannehill. Where else can he possibly go unless he tries to force his hand? He's not going to the 49ers, and good for Sam Darnold, dude. Sam Darnold walked into football heaven there. He's got all the top 5 defense and ridiculous playmakers on offense. Good for Sam Darnold and a great offensive coordinator, a great coach.
A great offensive OC and the mastermind coach, He walked into where you can actually see Sam Darnold in a couple of years vying for a starting position somewhere in this league again, much like Geno Smith. I mean, we watch what goes on, and we're sitting and looking, and there's nothing left. I mean, listen, I'm telling you, it's literally Baker Mayfield, Jacoby Brissett. That's it. That's it.
It's just pain.
I mean, that's it. And listen. So everyone was screaming, we'll bring Mike White back. Now Mike White's gone. So I'm telling you, if this doesn't work, I mean, the Jets are.
There's nothing else. I mean, you just gotta hope it's done, dude. You gotta hope it's done, and Aaron Rodgers just playing this game where it's just he's dragging it out to make everybody sweat a little bit. You don't, and it's funny because usually you can rely on Schefter or Rappaport or Tom Pelissero, somebody to give you just an inkling of hope, and now it's like. You get like one person giving you the inkling of hope because we're so desperate that you get one little thing of positivity, like the trade compensation is agreed to. He just has to say he wants to play. We're like, well, he's not going to walk away from $60 million. He's going to play. Then you get trade compensation is not agreed to. Then you're like, well, shit. Like you don't even know what to believe anymore. I'm like this, and the one, like these two clowns on Twitter, like, oh, bro, you're just salty. The Jets didn't get Derek Carr. I'm salty. Because it's fucking almost 8:30 on Monday, and this isn't resolved yet. I want to get my quarterback, get my players, and move on and start enjoying football again. The way this is dragging out, because for me, the longer it drags out, you get word that something else is going to happen, and it's not going to be a good thing. He's going to retire. He's going to say, I'm going back to Green Bay or some other nonsense.
And the thing about it is, people keep saying he won't walk for $60 million. Aaron Rodgers made over $300 million in his career. He truly doesn't give a fuck about the money.
Be a pro golfer and make money.
Exactly. And he's really, really good at golf. So he doesn't have to do this. So at the end of the day, like he wouldn't walk away with $60 million. Why wouldn't he? He don't need this shit. Yep. Balls. I feel you. And I've been feeling that way since Saturday. That's how I've been feeling since Saturday. I'm just over this, man, because it's And listen, it's people are calling me, and like, Tyson, we had our conversation. You know what I'm saying? And we had, everyone has the idea what is going to
Yep.
happen. And then, okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought it'd be. I was hoping it'd be done by Monday, but I wasn't sure. But I thought it'd be done by 4 o'clock
Yep.
on Monday. Now that part, I will be honest with you and really say I didn't think it would be done at 12, but I did think it'd be done by 4 o'clock Monday. We're going into Tuesday. Tyson, you can't sign anybody. I just don't know what you want to do here.
Yep.
I don't know what how much.
Well, you can't because
how much embarrassment are you going to take as a Jet?
Dude, your ultimate recruiting tool is Aaron Rodgers. If you call up a free agent and say, listen, man, we want to offer you this. Okay, who's your quarterback? Well, it's Aaron Rodgers. Well, I didn't see anything official announced about that. You know what I mean? Did Aaron Rodgers text you and say he's coming here? Like, until you do that, because then you got to know how much cap space you have, what do you have allocated, what draft compensation you can give up. Like, that's your tool. That's and then you got to, like, the Jets haven't even announced any restructures yet. They haven't announced any. Well, they did announce, like, Tomlinson, DJ Reed, and Conklin. But you got to make decisions on Corey Davis. You got to make decisions on Carl Lawson. You got to figure out things out. I mean, Berrios is gone, but there's.
Did you hear the thing about them shopping Carl Lawson? Did you hear that? Because I read that earlier today too, but I don't know how true that is. I mean, like
I don't know what to believe right now.
That's Tyson. That's exactly all you getting. You're getting all these stories coming out. I don't know if it's true or not. There's no confirmation on it, but I heard they were shopping Corey Davis. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sorry, Lawson. They were shopping Lawson. You know what I'm saying? I think Corey Davis gets cut anyway. I think you can definitely get an upgrade over him at a cheaper price. I wouldn't mind that kid out of Detroit, to be really honest with you. He has a high drop percentage, but the kid's a burner, and we don't have that long down the field stretcher. But I mean, this is just getting this. I don't know, man. I'm just over this shit, man. I'm so sick. Listen, I refreshed my phone today.
Yep.
Over 500 times.
No,
Who
dude.
does this? Every 3 minutes.
Dude, I was off work. I'm like, all right, I got to recover. I got to get sleep. I got to just. So I'm like, that's what I was hoping. Like, get this shit over by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. We'll do our little Aaron Rodgers stuff. I could sleep the rest of the day. Checking it. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And listen, I'm relaxed. I still think it's going to happen, but you have that cynical Jets part in your head that, you know what? Somehow we could get screwed out of this, and it would be an epic disaster. But then it's like, all right, Aaron, then you think about it logically. He has nowhere else to go. It's a lot of money. According to AJ Hawk, he still wants to play. He has that competitive fire. So I'm banking on that.
Get it done. I mean, listen, if he still wants to, then get this shit done and go.
I'm with you.
I don't, listen, and this is the bad part, right? We haven't even talked about how our division just got better. We can't even we don't even
Jalen Ramsey and all this other nonsense.
We don't even have to talk about that right now because we're so focused on this. We haven't even focused on the fact that we need to get an upgrade.
Buffalo's losing some players, but they're upgrading. I mean, it's just there's so many things, man.
So exactly, and then the one thing we're sitting here, and I'll be honest with you, and I love everybody, right? I just want to put this out here. I am not a Jets expert. I got a few contacts in behind the scenes, but I ain't plugged in like that. I don't got Woody's phone number. Please stop calling me and texting Tyrone and emailing me and direct messaging me. Hey, what's going on, big fella? I don't know. Like, if I had Aaron's number, I told y'all the total shit this morning.
The only shit I know, I've been sworn to secrecy on, so I can't say shit anything.
Listen, hold on. You know what we know, but I mean, I'm not going to speak on what we know. When we talk, I'm not going to discuss that. But as for knowing what he's going to do, I have no fucking clue. I would like for him to sign. I just like to get on it and move past. But I don't got the Woody's direct number, so he's not telling me shit because he know I'm gonna tell it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean it's just.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, yeah. So we're all on the same boat, and it's everybody's relax this and that. Listen, we can all relax, man. We're all sitting in the same boat. We're waiting. You're curious to see, who's the person that's going to announce it? Does Aaron Rodgers go on the McAfee show and do it there? The Jets are bending over backwards for him. They're doing everything humanly possible to appease this guy to get this done. So it basically falls on him.
They're looking so weak, though. They're looking like if this shit don't work, I don't even know how we be Jet fans anymore, bro.
Is this true that the Jets center went? Because I know the other McGovern went to the Bills.
No. That's the other McGovern went to the Bills.
Is this our center that went to the Lions?
3 years, 22 million, 11 million.
Let's see if this is true or not. I know the one went to the Bills.
Man, listen, my team has been on NFL Network all day.
Yep. Connor McGovern.
Wow.
Right? I just see that.
So now we don't have
quick here.
So now we don't have a center. Fuck that. We don't got a quarterback. We don't got a center.
It's falling apart right in front of our eyes right here. Let's just make
the wheels are falling off. Oh man, you could have kept it there after
Lions,
the show.
Lions, Connor McGovern, 3 years, $22.35 million, $11 million guaranteed, $8 million signing bonus.
Yeah, bro, you could have kept it there.
McGovern, we need a center now. So what? What
You
center
have
does
the
Aaron
show.
Rodgers like? Is it going to be?
Yeah, I mean, oh my goodness, man, I just can't do this shit, man.
Well, yeah, we had some good news. Bryce Huff got a second round tender, according to overthecap.com. That's good. That's keep him in the mix would be nice.
Well, we talked about that. We talked about like last week. We talked about putting the second round. We said either first or second, and then prime time was like, I think the second round tender was like 4.6, and the first round tender was like 6 million or something like that. So, yeah, I mean, I don't want to have to go anywhere, especially if they plan on getting rid of Lawson.
So we could bring some callers on, talk, and see what everybody's thinking. If you're excited, not excited, it's hard to do a show like this because we're all doing the same thing, trying to check Twitter. And I don't want to be rude to be looking at my phone all night trying to talk to you guys and stuff.
Listen, bro, I'm sitting here, I got 2 TVs on, bro. I'm just hoping there's something just bloke across here. Beep, beep. Listen, we've been waiting for this all day, all week.
To answer this question, would you guys want to sign a veteran wide receiver like Adam Thielen or Lazard?
I don't want
Thielen is a reliable target, but he's lost a step. Bro, Lazard's got chemistry with Rodgers, so that definitely helps.
I wouldn't mind Lazard, but Thielen's a wash, bro. We played against him. We've seen how slow he looked, bro. He looked absolutely like a step slower. Me personally, bringing in a veteran receiver, listen, I like the kid out of Detroit. I like him. I just think that he stretched the field. You can probably get him for like about maybe 6-7 million. The kid is absolutely a burner. That's the one thing we don't need. We don't have that we need. You're watching Elijah Moore videos, man. Listen, Elijah Moore is out there looking like.
Yeah,
listen,
he is.
If for any one reason I want Aaron Rodgers to come here, Elijah Moore will get 1,000 yards probably in 6 games, man. This kid is absolutely amazing. It's an atrocity how they have misused this kid. Watch his videos. Watch his.
No, we know how good he is. To answer this question real quick, the thing with Bryce Huff, you have the option to match. If you don't match it, you get a second round pick.
Yeah,
so the Jets have a chance to keep him. No, Elijah Moore. Listen, man. I think. Oh yeah, the other thing too is we got to talk about the Jets traded for a safety too. So they got the safety from the Ravens. I think it was like a 2024 pick, and that's good because they have a whole. Yep, you figure Clark is good, but you figure Joyner's gone. Jordan Whitehead, I guess, is staying. But the thing the Jets still need, they still need an athletic cover safety, man. These guys are all like box safeties and thumpers. We need a guy that can fly around. Now, that could be Tony Adams, but don't you want somebody else?
I'm going to be honest with you, Tyson. I thought that Whitehead was actually gonna be gone after the move that they made right there because my man's a box safety. He's not a cover safety. You know what I'm saying? He's pretty good in coverage though, but he's just not the guy you want back there. You kind of want. I don't know if they're gonna go with somebody maybe like boy Hooker. Remember a couple years ago that he's somebody I think that I think he's somebody I think that will flourish back there as well. I just don't know. I mean, like, what I'm saying? I like Tony.
The kid from the Eagles is a stud. Gardner Johnson's a complete stud.
Oh, absolutely. Did he sign today? Did he sign somewhere today?
Nope.
Oh, seriously?
Jesse Bates signed.
Oh, okay. No. Somebody from the Eagles signed today, though.
They lost defensive linemen and shit. The guy.
No. Check. Somebody in the chat check that, y'all. I thought I saw earlier, man. Either their cornerback, somebody from the Eagles secondary signed today somewhere. I saw that, man. I saw it today.
Yeah, it wasn't him. He's gonna get a huge freaking payday.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. He's a monster. And then everybody's talking about boy from Cincinnati. Yo, listen, I knew he was gonna get whatever he wanted.
Marcus Epps, I think his name.
Okay, that's what. Okay, cool. I knew somebody from there. It flashed earlier. You know what I'm saying? But
we definitely need a ball hawk safety, though, man. These guys are all thumpers. They're all big hitters, good against the run, but you need guys that can run around.
Could they be using him as a box safety?
That's what I think.
I'm sorry, not box. I'm sorry. As a linebacker, as an outside linebacker.
We got a bunch of them already.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying.
McGovern is gone. We need a center. We need moves. We need a quarterback. We need a center. We need Quan to come back.
Listen, fuck this center. Can I get a quarterback? I don't even care. I don't care who you get a center. Can you just get me the guy who throws the football? Listen, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I understand why everybody's so excited about this. Because listen, Aaron Rodgers makes us automatically a Super Bowl contender. day one.
I mean, we're a
Today.
contender. We're
Contender.
legitimate.
But hey, I didn't say that we were legitimate contenders, but I said automatically from day one, you can.
We know all this. The problem is we need to get it done, dude. The AFC East is stocking up. You know, the Bills are getting better. The Dolphins are getting better. And now we just, Elmo, I'm with you, dude. This is going to be like something just to screw all of us on the East Coast.
2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, 2 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's giving up on streams and content. We all go to bed. We all wake up like, oh, this
Tyson,
is like.
When your phone is blowing up, at 3 o'clock in the morning, you ain't even got to look and know. You already know what it is.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
You already know. It's going to happen.
Ding, ding, ding.
But this is a good question here. The chat's going so fast. First of all, thank you guys for joining us. What do you guys think the compensation we would have to give the Packers for Rodgers? Great question, because it depends on the contract and how much money they're willing to eat. The more money they're willing to eat, the more the Jets will give them compensation. The less money they're willing to eat, it's going to be interesting, man. And it depends. And again, it depends on who you believe, because every report out there is just like they contradict each other, proving that nobody knows what the hell they're talking about.
Nobody. Tyson, listen, the deal is already in place. Everything is done. No, they have no deal. They have no groundwork on it, man. So either way, if he says yes, they got to work the deal out tonight. But listen, I do got a question for the chat though. Between in the AFC East, only AFC East, who has the best cornerback in the AFC East? Because Mr. Ramsey's here. Who is the best cornerback?
Ramsey's not the same player he used to be.
I know the answer. I just want to see if anybody else.
All right, we're gonna bring on Alan, who has ghost peppers on the line.
I forgot about that.
Love you guys, but you guys are absolutely off the wall because this deal is done. It is completely finished. What I saw today with Aaron Rodgers is he made fun of every single insider. You watch Schefter, you watch Ian Rappaport. They were lost today. And why they hate Aaron Rodgers is one reason. He controls the narrative. And they hate that. And I think
when's he announcing it?
I think he will announce it before the league season on Wednesday, because that's when the Jets need to be cap compliant. And I think when he comes, as Sauce said, there will be others coming with him. I think Lazard comes with him. I think Thielen comes with him. They'll cut Corey Davis. They'll bring Randall Cobb with him.
I don't want Thielen or Randall Cobb. What is that? What is it, an old man convention? What the hell are we doing with these guys?
Randall Cobb will make $1 million as a fifth receiver. Okay?
You're racking up guys that are slow.
And there's only one unrestricted free agent that I wanted from the outside. And he hasn't signed yet, and you mentioned him. And that's Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. No one else interests me. There's no one else. If you look at all the guys that signed today, there is not one guy that I thought was a big signing that we missed on.
But then my question is, who's playing center for you? Because we don't have a center anymore.
I'll tell you two guys that make sense for them.
Okay.
Jake Brendel is a guy from San Francisco. Is a one-year guy. Or they can bring in Corey Linsley. And also, if you look at the draft this year, there is an abundance of centers, whether it's John Michael Schmitz or the kid from Jersey, Weipler from Ohio State. I'm not worried about the center position, okay? Connor McGovern wore out his welcome there, I think. And I think they want to go with a different route. So do I think this signing is done? Yeah, I think it's finished. I think it's absolutely done. I just don't think he cares. I don't think he cares. And unfortunately, the Jet fans have become collateral damage because he's taking it out on all the insiders who think that they know everything. And that's exactly. Remember one thing about Aaron Rodgers. 18 years ago, what we remember about Aaron Rodgers is he was sitting in the green room all by himself as 23 guys were picked right before.
Yeah, but this is it's been a long time. Now this is about this is a pissing contest for him. Now
this is absolutely a pissing contest. Absolutely a pissing.
I mean, how long? But at some point, he can have all the package deals he wants, and he could bring all these guys with him. At some point, they get cold feet and be like, "Listen, dude, announce your shit. We're going to go somewhere else."
He signed. He's going to bring the receivers with him. Who else out there do you want? There's no one else out there that you really covet on the outside. Again, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is the only guy that I really want from the outside. There's nobody else that signed today that I'm looking at that I think the Jets need. I don't think they need really anybody.
We need a quarterback is what we need.
They have the quarterback. He is signed.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I agree. I just want it done, dude. Like, I'm tired of waiting.
I understand that. He's playing with the minds of all these insiders.
And he's
As
playing
you
the
said,
fans,
you
too.
watch. I understand that. Unfortunately, they're a part of it. But again, you watch Schefter today. You watched Ian Rappaport today. They looked miserable because you know what? They looked uncomfortable because Aaron Rodgers told each of them to fuck off pretty much. That's all he did all day.
And that's
Still,
fine. But at the end of the day, listen. I mean, I feel where you're coming from. But
I think it's over. I think he signed. I think the trade has been. I think the trade's been agreed upon, and it's all about accounting right now.
Alan,
it's all about the money.
You're handicapping your team that you're about to go to, and you're stopping them from signing other players.
Not until Wednesday, though. You don't sign until Wednesday.
Hey, Tyson, who do you want? I mean, Tyrone, who do you want to sign? Give me the guy you want to sign.
I mean, listen. We don't have a center. We don't have an outside linebacker.
You can find a center on a one.
We have no tackles under contract at the present moment.
You're gonna give Jawan James $80 million for 4 years? Come on, there isn't a guy out there.
Not at all. But it's a couple of guys that I wouldn't mind.
Who do you want?
Fletcher Cox, to be honest with you.
Fletcher Cox is not coming here.
Fletcher Cox.
You asked me what I wanted.
Oh, come
I told you what the fuck I wanted.
Okay, think about a guy that's realistic. Come on,
you asked me what I wanted. That's what I told you what the fuck I wanted.
Oh, come on, Tyrone, I love you.
Hey, listen, yo. If he signed with the Eagles for $9 million for 1 year, he could come in for the Jets for 1 year, $10 million.
And Jordan Poyer's not coming here because New Jersey has a high tax rate.
Yep,
he's going to Miami. Okay, he's ending up in Miami.
I'm going to say this right here. I just think that you kind of hold everybody hostage by doing.
Who is he holding hostage besides the fans?
Us.
Give me the player. Give me the player that you want to sign. Give me the one player and a realistic player.
No, but the only thing is, listen, Alan, I get your point, but the Jets recruiting tool is Aaron Rodgers actually being announced so players can sit in limbo and wait a little bit. But at some point, if this drags out to say Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
it's not going to drag out beyond Wednesday.
I'm just saying, but see,
we said it wasn't going to last the weekend.
I think it was going to be by Wednesday because again, you have to be cap compliant by Wednesday.
I agree. So
everything needs to be done by then.
Okay, so here you go. So at what point do you get nervous, Alan, when it's not done?
After the Wednesday time.
So Thursday morning, you get nervous?
No, not Wednesday morning. After. I think it's 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock when you have to be cap compliant. That's when I get nervous. I think it's done. I think it's all accounting now. And again, Tyrone, you have not named one person that the Jets.
I don't, Alan. I don't have an exact person that I want.
Oh, you have to name one person.
But I want a center. I want.
You can get a center anywhere.
I want a safety. It has to be somebody.
Again,
so it's
you can get a safety in the draft.
Alan. You said what?
You can get a safety in the draft if you have to.
So hold on. Listen, we have to give conversation to Aaron Rodgers, which we don't know what the conversation is. And then all of a sudden, we're just gonna be able to go get the draft and get a center in the safety, right? You have no clue what we have.
The Jets were never going to give Jesse Bates $64 million.
No,
never.
No,
he was never going to get that money.
Listen, Alan. I'm not saying the top tier guys.
So give me a guy. You can get a guy on a 1 year deal, whatever.
What I'm saying is this though: if Joe D has a plan on how he wants to attack this free agency, Aaron Rodgers, the situation right here has limited and stopped that. That's all I'm saying.
Joe D knows what he's doing. I think there's a safety out there. I think they'll draft a safety in the second or third round. A center again. Brendel is a 1 year guy. A Lindsley. Hey, what's up, Emma? Sorry, but I'm telling you. You have not named the one guy that they needed to sign, and there has not been one guy.
It's not about one guy that we need to sign, Alan. It's a position that we need to cover, period. And you're saying get everything in the draft. You don't even know the conversation of what we're going to give up to get Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is signed. It's done.
So what's the conversation then, Alan? Alan, then what's the conversation then, Alan?
I think it's a second. Okay, let me ask. I think it's a second this year at most. And maybe a conditional second or third next year.
So, Alan, you just said a few minutes ago we're gonna use that second to get a safety. So then
you know what? You can trade down with that first round pick and get a safety. Again, I would not be surprised if they trade down from 13 and get a second round pick in that draft, in this draft. I really could. I'm telling you.
Thanks for calling it, man. We appreciate
it. No problem. Anytime, man.
Good night, man. I'm not arguing with his ass, bro. Like, it makes sense.
So you got, just so you know, Tyrone, you have support from Sesame Street. Says, don't worry, Tyrone. The whole gang of Sesame Street loves you, big fella, even though you haven't made a video in a month and a half.
Hey man, listen, man.
I mean, I know.
Elmo, listen, hold on, man.
That's Oscar. Get the names right, at least. It's Oscar saying that, not Elmo.
No, I'm just telling you, man. Elmo hurt my feelings last week though, because he wanted me off the show, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I cried when I got there. I'm just gonna be wondering with you, man.
Come on, man. You get.
Elmo was like, damn, yo. Our man come on the show was like, fuck Tyrone, replace him. Shit.
See, and then I take, just yeah, exactly, Oscar. Speak up for yourself, man. I got you. I support all of Sesame Street because you guys support me when I get attacked all the time.
Oh man!
And Elmo said he hired your back too, so that's important.
I mean, yo, you ain't cut a check, Elmo. What the fuck you waiting on? Let me get that. Hey, yo, y'all go get Alan, man, because Alan's getting on my nerves. So go ahead.
I do. I love it. This is true. This is true. You're contributing more quality time. Yeah, that's true. Very true.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel. Yo, only how we do it, baby.
So we covered a lot. So you got Bryce Huff getting a tender. You're bringing back Greg the Leg. You're bringing back Quincy Williams. You lost Mike White. Connor McGovern goes to the Lions. Primetime is away for a while doing some family stuff. So if you missed that, wait, Gunny, we'll work on that. It's just. Would you guys want to draft Mayer in the first round? Then listen, you can't ask me because I'm a Notre Dame guy, man. So you don't want to ask me about him because that's just. He is a ridiculous talent at tight end, but you got offensive line needs probably first and foremost. So we will go to our man Bubs. If anybody wants to join and argue with Tyrone, call in. That's fine with me.
What's up, Bubs? What's up, Bubs?
Just want to say congrats, Tyson, on the run.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, this is exhausting. It was funny because like. Last week on Tuesday, when we heard that they were going to take a flight out to California, take a flight out to California to meet with him, it was like we were all happy. We were all excited. There was kind of like a nervous but a happy vibe. And It's like ever since like Saturday and now into today, it's just at this point, it's just getting old. Like this is just stupid. Like this has got to happen eventually.
You're not giving up though.
No, I'm not giving up. You still got to bring Rodgers. Yeah, I'm just frustrated that like I don't get it's not that hard. You either want to play or you don't want to play. Like, and if it's really this tough of a decision, then you probably shouldn't play. Like that's kind of where you're at this point. It's like a fan. It's frustrating. But you guys made a couple good points earlier about
just a couple. Damn.
Yeah,
I'm only kidding.
Like you guys make Tyson and Tyrone. Tyson, your point about like. How all the players are rallying around Aaron Rodgers. And obviously that's been evident on social media. That's my concern though. Is like if you don't get Aaron Rodgers, and again, if Allen is right and this is done, then that's great. But if it isn't and you don't get Rodgers, now all of a sudden the players are gonna have to turn back around and rally around another guy. Like you look stupid at that point. Like burning the cheese head, all of these tweets coming out, and then if you end up with another guy, like who's gonna want to come here if all these other guys were balled in on Rodgers? And then Tyrone, you talked about too, like this would be an utter disaster if we don't get him. Because again, the Giants, I've talked about this a couple times too, like the Giants, they just signed a linebacker. They've got a solid team. We've already kind of been, I guess, the little brother here. We'd completely get lost if we don't get Rodgers and we end up with a Baker Mayfield or we went through the list of names, but you got it.
Go ahead and say it, Bubs.
You got, Brissett. I don't want that guy. It's just frustrating. This needs to end. And then, personally, out of like the receivers, I'd rather like a guy like Lazard because he's younger. Although Cobb goes wherever Rodgers goes, so I think Cobb's going to come here, which I'm okay with. But I don't want anything to do with Odell. I don't want Odell at all. That'd bring the full circus to town. You got Rodgers and Beckham, man. We'd be on Hard Knocks. We'd be on primetime television. We'd be everywhere. We'd be headlines every day. Yeah, what was that?
No, I was saying, Bubs, you're absolutely correct and great call so far, but I'm just saying, like, if this doesn't happen, and Alan says we're going to sign him by Wednesday. If that doesn't happen, then what? I mean, listen, you can assume anything, and I would love Aaron Rodgers to come here, but until he signs, man, we don't know anything. Listen, if it's not Aaron Rodgers, tell me what the options are. Because Baker Mayfield is not an option for me. I'm telling you, he's not an option.
It's
I mean,
it's Lamar, and he doesn't even have an agent. Like, you have no clue what that situation is. And again, I'm not a Lamar guy. I'm concerned with the injuries. That's just me. I know a lot of people disagree, but
so wait, you're not a Lamar guy, but if Aaron Rodgers comes out and shocks the world right now and says he retires, you're not a Lamar guy?
Well, I mean, at that point I would be. Right now, like, I take Rodgers over Lamar right now.
Fair enough.
Like, I know there's some Jets fans that have jumped boat on Rodgers and want Lamar.
Well,
I want Rodgers now, but I take Lamar over Mayfield.
I think the Jet fans that are jumping right now are just ridiculously frustrated, man.
Yeah.
They're sitting there
like
process. Makes sense.
Because we all listen, and I'll be completely honest. I was one of the people that thought it'd be done today. I thought it'd be done this morning. The Jets go into the tampering period with full speed ahead. Aaron Rodgers on board. Here's all the guys he wants, and we start making all kinds of moves. And now we're sitting here like, all right. And now you see people backtracking from their tweets. The Jets players are backing down, so it's like, all right.
Yeah,
that makes you nervous. It's just, and that's your instinct being a Jet fan, dude. Like, you always think the other shoe is going to fall at some point. That's just, well, it's ingrained in our head at some point. Just to answer this, these kind of deals take time. It's been forever, dude. It's been a week already. Like, they've had Aaron Rodgers hasn't played.
It's been a week since Carr signed with the Saints.
I mean, it's just,
and then you guys talked about too. I don't even know what to believe at this point with the conflicting reports, because obviously, and he mentioned that on McAfee show that Schefter and Ian Rappaport don't know anything about him and all that stuff. But then what does Trey Wingo really know about all this? You know, like, that's a question. And you hear from Connor Hughes that his sources inside of the building still say the Jets don't have an answer. So it's like, you just don't know what to believe. And it's just Rodgers, he hasn't said a single thing. And I don't even know if he'll be on McAfee. He hasn't been on in a couple weeks. Since the darkness retreat, I don't think he's been on.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, we all everybody knows somebody, and the thing has just been the same thing. It's just silent. There's nothing. There's nothing going on.
Yeah.
There's no it's just wild. Like, does he have that much power where he's like, you know what? I'll get back to you. Poof. And meanwhile, you follow him on Twitter. He's liking random shit, like a golf tweet, Rasul Douglas's tweet. It's just like he's literally sitting on probably sitting on like a boat somewhere, having a friggin' a peppered tea or some shit, just scrolling through Twitter, laughing like, look at the chaos I'm going through, right? Look at the enjoying every second of it.
Every second of it.
Twitter's burning, and he's just going through in random tweets. I noticed that earlier. Like, there's sometimes guys will like tweets or say stuff that will Devontae Adams said something today on Instagram that got everybody all something about I forget what it was, but sometimes guys will like tweets, but he's not even doing that. It's just.
This is foreshadowing what we're going to deal with next year if he's here. This is next offseason be the same shit.
It's
just, but people can't even get the stories right. One person saying he went to the Knicks game. Other one's like, oh, he's in California. He went to this. Other one, he had it's just, there's so much shit, dude. It's crazy.
But listen, and then the whole process of being who he is, and this is what we got to accept. I don't care if it takes forever. Just get it done this week.
Well, I'll tell you what though. If Trey Wingo jumped the gun on that tweet, he'll be buried forever, dude.
Oh,
if you blow that one, dude.
And is this a reason why it's not coming out because Wingo jumped the tree? Because listen, everybody responded to that.
Yep.
And then it was like, boom, it was nothing. So.
And then again, I know he doesn't like the sources like Rapport, but at some point they're gonna catch on to it.
Yeah.
Through the organizations and the people they have, some point it's gonna get leaked and they're gonna catch on. Unless if Rodgers goes on McAfee and makes the announcement himself, and everybody learns about it at the same time. If it's something that happens not without him announcing something publicly, they're going to catch on to it, and that's what we all waiting. We're just waiting for kind of another blue check mark to confirm it. It's just, this is just dragging on way too long.
Forever,
just
and this is what we had to deal with, and this is why, man. Listen, and this is my whole point. If he decides to retire. I don't think he's going back to Green Bay. I definitely think that door's closed. Yeah. So it's either us or retire. And if he chooses to retire, which he actually could, you know what I'm saying? I mean, what do we do? Well, what's done then? What's next? Bub, let me ask you a question. If he decides to retire, who's your backup plan? Other than Lamar.
Other than Lamar, I mean, now that Mike White's gone, he's out the window, which Mike White will always be a Jet legend. But, I mean,
absolutely.
Outside of Lamar, Tannehill, I don't think is going anywhere.
No,
so it has
he's
to
not
be
available. He has to be cut.
Yeah,
it would have to be like Mayfield or Brissett. I'd take Mayfield over Brissett because at least Mayfield.
On,
although I don't think he'll be. I think he's.
You know what makes me nervous? You know what makes me nervous is whenever things start going in the wrong direction with the Jets, certain names conveniently start getting circulated by certain people. And when that Brissett shit started coming out, like, well, he's a really good player. I'm like, dude, let's not even play this game. Like, don't start selling me, don't give me dreams of, Aaron Rodgers and start selling me like Jacoby. I'm not.
Yeah, you can't say them two names in the same sentence.
No,
they've been doing it all day long,
you have players talking about everything, and then you just settle on this. If he retires, man, it goes back to the Packers. That's just.
And then I think at this point he's going to retire because that guy's comments, Murphy's comments, Mark Murphy, the president, he said some things in there that basically said he's not coming back. But
they don't want him back.
I mean, he's liking golf tweets. Maybe that's what he wants to do is just golf instead of play football. But I would probably go Mayfield, and then you'd probably have a quarterback competition with him and Zach, which Zach would be learning from nobody because. Then what is Hackett? That's another thing. What is Hackett? Like, if we don't get Rodgers, what is Hackett? Like
nothing. Bubs,
what are the Jets?
Listen, this is the bad part. If this doesn't listen, they're going all in right on a guy who hasn't made a decision yet. So if he decides not to come, I mean, it's basically a wrap. I mean, there's nothing you can sell us. There's no other player other than Lamar you can sell us to make us think that we have a chance to compete on any level. I don't see.
No, and just to go to Michael's point, he did. Like, this is the way Aaron Rodgers, he wants everybody sworn to silence. He wants no leaks whatsoever. He's probably testing the Jets to see how they handle business. They're quiet. The Jets aren't leaking a friggin' thing. So everybody's speculating and trying to dig up sources somewhere. And the only guy that probably knows anything is friggin' AJ Hawk. That's it.
Probably.
And AJ ain't saying shit.
He ain't saying shit.
He ain't saying nothing.
Bubs, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Hey,
thanks for having me on. Have a good one, guys.
You too, man.
All right. What's up, Jimmy?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
What's going on, Jim?
Stressed out, man.
Bro, me too. I feel like this is worse than getting a root canal, bro. I can't even believe I'm off today, and I'm like an idiot on the phone tweeting all this fake news, all this crap with Trey Wingo telling me Schefter's running in the back with his phone, doing the gritty and all of this crap. I can't believe that we're going to – I hope we don't screw this up. This is a debacle. I mean, we're telling Aaron Rodgers, if you want to play – we're going to throw everything at you. You're going to be what you are. Come with us. And this is such a freaking problem.
He's thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, he's in the hole for 4 days, as he said, because I think he's bullshitting everybody anyway. Who sits in a black hole for 4 days? Eat your mushrooms. You don't know if you're going to play. No one's giving.
Well, that's the frustrating thing. The Jets are going above and beyond. They brought their entire front office out there to meet with him. They're catering to his every need. They've been silenced. All the players are, the players want him. The fans want him. The team everybody wants him. And he's like, oh, I'll think about it. I'll play.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. Rodgers is a talent, and it'll be the best quarterback that we've had in 20 years. But the guy won 1 Super Bowl. We're not talking about like Jesus is coming down. He'd rather look like the guy from Con Air, Nicolas Cage. That's what he's into.
He's the Jets' best chance to be.
I know.
Competitive, compete, and everything right now.
Listen, Jim. He's a great quarterback. But Jim, you know what the problem is, though. You know what? I think Derek Carr would have gave us a really good chance to win as well.
It's over. That's past us, though.
Listen, this is the whole problem right here. When you had a bird in the hand, you could have had this deal done and been done with it. Now you're being held hostage by a guy that you don't even know what he wants to do.
But Tyron, you got to think with the conversations they had. I think once they made in theory, if the compensation was agreed to with the Packers, the Jets had to get some kind of level of confidence. Like, all right, we can make this happen. They had to get some kind of assurances somewhere. Like, all right, we can work through this. And they go out and meet them. They did all these things. It's like, you got to figure at some point, it's like, all right, we feel comfortable with this. Because Joe Douglas almost looked smug in his press conference. Like, you get this, they had this confidence in them. Like, all right, we got this under control. And now maybe it's just I don't know.
Listen, it's weird. Here's the thing, like you just said, they got to be sitting back thinking, okay, there is a deal. But my problem is there a technicality in his contract we're hearing March 17th? I mean, if it's done.
Yeah, I've been hearing that too. Yeah, I've been hearing that March 17th thing too.
I mean, it's one or the other. But the problem is now it's anticlimactic. If they do get him, I'm happy, but it's drained me already. All the Jet fans are drained.
Well, the thing you wonder about, it's just like, all right, our biggest concern was how long is he going to come here for and his commitment to the game and to the team. And this right here gives you that, all right, is he having second thoughts? Because if he's so committed to this regime and this team, he'd be like, today, let's get it done. Let's move on. I won't have this one-day saga. I won't create all this, distractions.
Tyson, I live in Florida in Weston. The other night, my son was playing at the regional park, and he was playing basketball with Elijah and Michael Carter.
Oh,
and he said, yeah, no kidding. And he said to Carter, hey, what happened with Carter? And Carter said straight out, Jets didn't want to pay him. Now, I'm thinking these guys are saying this now. What precedent are we putting in their heads? You know what I mean? They need to see.
Then the only thing with that, and I honestly think that's a Woody Johnson thing. I think Woody Johnson wants Aaron Rodgers, dude. I think Derek Carr probably called their bluff, and they said, listen, we love you, but we can't make you an offer for a contract. If you accept it, we can't get the guy our owner wants. So I just think they're going to spend out their ass to get Aaron Rodgers, dude. He ain't coming cheap. He's going to be costing them a fortune.
And with
$50 million a year, damn near.
Game in town, and then like you said before, okay, we can't look about next year. Let's get this year, but it's going to be the same aggravation.
Same. He says, listen, and we already know this. That's what we saying.
100%.
You're having this. Put yourself in a position, and listen. Look how stressful it is now. Next year, we ain't even gonna give a fuck. We already know what it is. Like, there's no point in getting mad. I mean, this time we at least thought. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I at least thought he would come in and keep and just be smooth and just get it done. Yeah. And it's just been chaos since and he's not even here yet. So imagine when he gets here. It's just, man.
Did you think that we would get at least one free agent? I mean, we're waiting and waiting. I mean, I know there's a lot of players out there, but are we going to make moves?
I was just saying that to Alan. I think that while they're waiting on to see what Aaron Rodgers is going to do, it's kind of hard to allocate money to certain positions when you don't know what you have. Like Tyson made the point earlier. How you going to sell? If I'm a receiver, you come to the Jets, we're going to pay you good. Okay, who my quarterback?
Right.
Hey, we ain't figured that out yet. And who's my center? I ain't figured that out yet. Who my? It's just, man. Defense, you can sign players.
We love defensively, right? But you got to remember, Douglas hit a home run with these picks. Nobody does that. Yep. But this is the only reason why he's still in place.
Yep.
And he hit a super home run. I mean, this doesn't normally happen. So I don't know. We'll go to sleep tonight, wake up. I don't think it's going to happen until after Wednesday. I don't even want to look at them.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's. I'm gonna be honest with you, Jimmy. I thought it would be done by 4 today. I really did.
Yeah,
me too. And that was not done by 4. I think it could drag out the rest of the week. I think just when things calm down and when there's no story going on, boom, there it is.
And listen, kudos to Mike White, but $8 million for a backup. Wow.
Good for him, man. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, nice.
I am, bro.
He's going to play because Tua's going to get hurt.
Tua can stay healthy. That's right.
Yeah, and the thing about it was, what I'm saying? I don't really think it's a backup for Mike White. I think it's a chance to really get going there because Tua, Tua is one hit away from, what I'm saying?
Being out for the year.
And I pray for him and his family, man, because I think the kids just sit down.
Yeah, heard that.
Watching his injuries, bro, was really scary, especially the one time where he just, his hands and stuff, it scared me. So, but I think Mike White, man, I'm happy for Mike White. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man. If this would have fell through, I wouldn't mind seeing Mike White come back here. I'd rather have Mike White over anybody else other than Lamar Jackson.
Now we got Zach. We got Zach sitting there. I mean, come on, really?
We got Strevler, man.
Yeah, exactly. I don't get it, bro.
Thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Good night, Jim.
Take care, guys.
Good night. That frustration is real, dude. I have the same frustration, man. I have the same frustration.
Because everyone feels the same way, man. Everyone's just sitting there like, you want this done. You want, you want to know what we can do, what our future is going to be, and it's just being,
Listen, the comment is, guys, you're seeing the diva that what Aaron Rodgers, he loves the spotlight. Listen, we knew he was a pain in the ass, dude. We know he beats his own drum. We know this. But it's just get it done. Like I want to keep checking Twitter, but I get annoyed because I don't see anything. I'm just like,
man, Tyson, listen, I got 2 TVs on right now, man. Every chance I'm glancing, every time I see Aaron Rodgers come on TV, I glance. Okay, nothing.
And I get the whole thing that no receivers are signed yet because they want to see where he goes, where Aaron Rodgers goes. Will he bring Lazard with him? If he doesn't go there, Lazard could ask for more money. Who knows? It's just, and then the whole thing is like, his contract is complicated, all this stuff. Yep. They've had nothing but time to figure all this out. They've had days upon days to get all of this shit ironed out. It's not like they're figuring it out today. Like, oh, now I got to figure out the contract. No.
The whole point of it, I was telling Alan, I was like, listen,
you talking about true?
Draft.
Jimmy Ward went to the Texans?
Ooh, why wouldn't he though, man? DeMeco Ryans
is there.
Yeah, why wouldn't he? Yeah. I don't blame him on that. That's somebody I really wanted.
That was a guy I was kind of thinking of going.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep, it's Rappaport, Jimmy
$8
Ward.
million. They would $8 million. How many a year?
Doesn't say yet. All right. Well.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Listen, $8 million. If he goes for like $8 million, I'm gonna be pissed, bro.
That's wonderful. Just sitting here watching piece by piece, just go right to shit.
Yeah, just watching. It's like watching. It's like watching someone break into your car and you can't say shit. Like you're just like, okay, well, damn, you stealing that.
So what we did was we re-signed Greg the Leg. You got Quincy Williams back, and you gave a second-round tender to Bryce Huff.
Bryce Huff, yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
That's your laundry list of really cool things we're doing.
Yeah.
So, but we're not going to panic yet because it's only Monday.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, and Allen didn't have a point.
Oh, we traded for Clark too, from the Ravens.
Yeah. It wasn't nobody really that went today that I really was like, okay, we gotta have. It wasn't nobody like that. I knew the first day we were gonna make that big of a splash. But it's a role players, Tyson, for me, that's important. Getting guys in, getting depth like we've been doing the last couple of years, and trying to fix our offensive line. Like, listen, I mean, now that we don't have a center, we don't have a tackle. It's just,
See, I think Chuck Clark is good. He's a consistent against the run. He's like another
Clark,
Jordan Whitehead.
I think he's better. I think Clark is way better in coverage than Whitehead is. But the problem is, I don't think that Clark is really a free safety. So
he's not a rangy guy.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why they brought him in unless they're planning on playing him maybe like that monster back or something like that, or move him around, maybe the big nickel. I don't know. He's only $2.5 million, so it wasn't, and it's a 7th-round pick next year. So you definitely do that deal. You know what I'm saying?
So now, this is true. What Matt said, we did last year. We watched all the free agents, and then Joe Douglas came out and threw some big hitters out there. And he's never the first guy to make a big splash move. Nah. He usually comes out and does other things, but the problem is like his big splash move was the quarterback this year, and we kind of, So, and I guess Randall Cobb came out and said he's expected to play this year, so that's cool. That's kind of.
We know, man. Look, like Tyson. You know what you do, Tyson? Just go ahead and sign Randall Cobb now. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Sign him tonight. You know what I'm saying?
We already bent over backwards. They already flew out there, brought their whole regime there. They hired his friggin' offensive coordinator. I mean, goddamn. All right, we will go to the winner of the Darrelle Revis helmet. What's up, man?
Hey,
what's up, boys?
Hey, congratulations, bro. Congratulations, man.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I was just happy to help.
Hey, Blake answered that. Tyson, Blake answered that shit quick. Nah, I'm going to keep that, dog. Go ahead and send me that. Run me
Congratulations, man. Thank you again for your support, man. I definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'd answer quick. He's my favorite player all time. So
there you go.
One thing I want to say real quick on the safeties is what do you guys think that they might just roll with Whitehead and Chuck Clark back there?
We were talking about that, but I don't know.
Just the way they value safety. Like, I don't know. We haven't seen him spend big yet.
But Clark is kind of that box safety. So, I mean, you think you could go with
he plays both.
Yeah, I know, but you think
maybe they like Tony Adams a lot. Maybe they go Tony. Ashton Davis is still here. You got Tony Adams and Ashton Davis for speed. I don't know.
Right. And one thing I would say about Chuck is he's actually a way better tackler than Jordan Whitehead is. So,
yeah,
I mean that's an upgrade there.
Yeah.
So now McGovern has a sound line.
I couldn't find it anywhere on Twitter.
I thought that was the Aaron Wilson thing I did. Oh, they got Will Parks too. That's a good point, Vinny. I forgot all about Will Parks.
Okay.
I didn't see McGovern anywhere. Did you guys see anything credible?
No. Somebody put it in. Armand put it in earlier, so he put that in the details.
I tweeted it.
No, Tyson, you came up with it, Tyson.
But is it credible?
I haven't seen it on nothing else. Yeah, that's crazy.
I gotta look at it. I was trying to do like 45 things at once.
That's all good. But as soon as you said that, I was like Ian Rappaport, like Tom Pelissero, like those guys haven't said anything. So
yeah, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, we still have to get a center though. And listen, I wouldn't mind an upgrade over McGovern anyway. And listen, and Allen did make a point though. Now I'm going to say this. I've been saying this.
That's a cheap deal though.
This draft is really, really deep with centers and quality centers this draft, but you don't know what you're going to have to give for Aaron Rodgers. So
Seems like we say that every year. Doesn't it seem like every year we go into the draft we took spinners?
Tyson, no.
Wasn't it was like Humphrey? It was Dickerson. Didn't we do this shit every year?
In the last couple of years, it's been one or two, or it hasn't been more than that. And the drop off after that, Tyson was horrible.
No, I'm saying we've had this center conversation in the draft. It seems like every year.
But it's about four or five guys that can come in from day one and be starters. I will say that. That part the research I've done, I can't say that. The last couple years, it's been one or two guys. Go ahead, Blake.
The thing is, though, if we're getting Aaron Rodgers and we're going on a run, we need to go big game hunting, and we need to have sure things. My favorite thing about McGovern is he plays. He's mid. He's like a top an average center, but he plays every game. I mean, that's what I was saying last week, that I was worried about him Rodgers not being here yet. We need to go get some guys, that want to go run this thing. And
you still have like till Wednesday to officially. Then Wednesday you really start panicking.
Right, but there's no one. McGovern was the first one I was really like, damn, we missed out. Like, there's no one yet that I feel like we've missed out.
You're in Idaho, right?
Yeah,
he's in Idaho, random man.
Yeah, it's only 7 o'clock here.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But I think
it's gonna be interesting, man. Like I'm not panicked. I'm just annoyed right now. I think that's kind of
and what's the point? What is he trying to prove?
He's proven that nobody knows what he's doing. That's what he's proving.
Right, and I hope it's
and everybody's wrong.
I hope it's a details thing, like they're arguing over money, or I hope it's just a little fine details thing versus Aaron Rodgers trying to prove a point.
Yeah, I think it's Aaron Rodgers. Listen, Woody is going to give Aaron whatever he wants. Yep. Whatever he said he wants is going to be. It's not even an option. It's not even a question. If he said, "Yo, that's not the holdup," it's him personally deciding. And I think he knows
so
what
annoying.
to do. He just wants to hold everybody hostage. He's like, "Look, they're talking about me. Yo, you'll wait and see." And
right.
What he said, it won't be long. Control the narrative. Absolutely.
Fucking liar.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It won't be long. Hey, but we don't know what time is to him. So he could come out Thursday and be like, yeah, it wasn't that long.
I mean, and the thing is, like, what what he's also doing, he's gonna get us all fired from our jobs too, because we're all sitting here freaking staring at our goddamn phones all the time.
Oh, I know. And
it's bad. It was, who said that? Who said that? Yo, they were like, yeah, man, I had an interview set up for Thursday, man, and I canceled it because I thought that Aaron Rodgers was gonna sign with the Jets. Yo, I'm telling you.
Is there a free agent you guys are really eyeing that you want? Like a big name? Because like for me, like there's no one out there I want. Like I want Chauncey Gardner back because I want a ball hawker back there.
Yeah.
But there's no one I really want. And the only other thing is, I think we really need some depth in here because we're an injury two away. Like we're the Jets. We're gonna lose a guy or two a year.
Well, you look at it like this. This is where it gets difficult because you got to figure once you get Aaron Rodgers in his contract, who are they cutting? Because you already lost Barrios. If you cut Corey Davis too, you're ridiculously thin at wide receiver. You can't trust Mims, right? So that's a problem. Like if you cut Carl Lawson and Rankins goes somewhere else, your defensive line depth is going to be gone. Like it kind of just depends on and you got to pay Quentin Williams.
Right.
So it's like you want to know who's going before I want to say who I want. I like the safety. Center to me is an enormous concern. Like I want to find an upgrade at some point. If McGovern is still a free agent, that's great, but that's offensive line's got to be a priority. And like Becton looks phenomenal. Like Becton looks, it's great that he's in shape and he's trying to motivate everybody. But it's like, all right, what is Dwayne Brown going to be at left tackle? What is Becton going to be at right tackle? It's just I don't know, man.
And but there's no real tackle out there that I have to have. Like I would love Orlando Brown, but he's expensive.
And you can't. And the thing is too, you can't even get him because look at the money you already have invested in Brown.
Yeah.
Right.
Dwayne
exactly.
Brown.
Yeah. But really, $11 million is pretty cheap for a left tackle. For if he plays what he played last year, I mean that's pretty cheap.
I'm not with the line. I'm not too concerned with getting a tackle or a guard right now. I definitely want a center, and I don't really know who's out there right now that we could really get. But I like an upgrade of what we had last year, and I realize that's going to be around $9 to $10 million we're going to pay him a year. So I think that needs to be done. You have to secure the line. And then you were saying getting depth, and I don't want to get the third tier depth guys. I like to get the second tier depth guys. You know what I'm saying? So have somebody come in that can really be able to come in and perform at a high level. And also, I want to go through the draft as well. That's why I said I want to know what we're going to give for Aaron Rodgers, so we have an idea in this draft what we can do. And everyone's like, well, we need to move back. What if there's a player there that could change the game up for us at 13? And why would you move back? I mean, I understand that you have a plan, but everybody got a plan until you get hit in the face. You know what I mean? You can be in this draft and it's a guy who could fall, like a couple of guys could fall, like the receiver from TCU could fall, or the linebacker from Clemson could fall, or the kid that everybody's board now from Georgia, the tackle. I mean, I'm sorry, if we have a good strong locker room, why wouldn't you bring a guy like that in who can change the game? And then when I'm talking about bringing in someone else, right? Listen, if we could find somebody to put on the other side of Quinnen that could get there and be a force, this line is
Calais Campbell.
There's one.
There you go, Big
Calais Campbell. If we have Rodgers, he's like, oh yeah, let's go get a bowl.
Yes, and see, having somebody on the other side of Quinnen makes Quinnen. Listen, Quinnen gets double teamed, so the guy on the other side should be able to eat. Then Lawson, then Johnson, these other kids will really get there. We could have the most ferocious line ever, and we just find somebody
not more ferocious than the friggin' San Francisco 49ers.
I mean, Tyson, hold on. In the AFC, we have the most ferocious line. Let's just correct that. But listen, you watch Tyson. You watch how San Francisco gets it done with 4. That is the plan that we want to get. But you have dogs on.
The rankings played a big part of that, though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. So if we can get a process like that, like there's somebody out there, like, and I said Fletcher Cox. I understand nobody said you might not want to come here. It's certain players that we could get, you know what I'm saying, that and we put those with our line with Quinnen on the inside, it's dog nature, man. It's just it's fun.
With Rodgers, that's easier. And to me, the center, I either want McGovern back or like a Ben Jones, like
somebody has
and
said
then Herbig backing him up. I want Herbig back.
Yeah.
So Nick, what you can do is just, instead of being a jerk, you can just not watch and not comment. Live a little more positive life, dude. It's easier for you. We got your comment. You made your point. Just go somewhere else and watch something else, dude. You have content creators all over YouTube has some comments. Go watch them, bro. Seriously.
Nah, I tell you what. Just come on.
It's the best show.
It's just easier to be a nice person instead of being an asshole. That's kind of the way I look at life. But to come on, you comment on videos saying the same thing. You come on the chat and say it. Go watch something else, bro. Embrace positivity. It's so much easier to do that. Seriously.
We've already had a hard day with Aaron Rodgers. Let's just come and chill.
Like over and over the same shit, bro. Just be more positive. Find something else to do with your life.
Nah, you know what's crazy is when they come in and they talk shit but won't come on the show. Come on there. Come on.
No, it's the same thing, dude. We all miss prime time. I guess what we're doing the best we can, man. If you don't like it, go find something else to fucking watch. I can give 2 shits.
My thing with Corey Davis, would you rather just offer him $8 million guaranteed versus going to get an Alan Lazard for $44 million for 4 years?
What does Aaron Rodgers want?
Right. I mean, well, that's true. But I mean, Cobb, right?
Is that the new narrative, Tyson? What does AR want?
But that's what it is. But Blake, be honest. You asked a very good question. The thing about, if you look at Corey Davis as opposed to what's out there, I mean, I get the whole Beckham thing. The Beckham worked out. He looked incredible. I understand Beckham, but it's going to be like, all right, Corey Davis gives you cap space. But Aaron Rodgers is going to want one of his guys in a wide receiver room. That's just a fact. That's
right.
So
I would hope Cobb's enough to get it done, though.
That's what I would hope. But because I would rather have Lazard. I mean, Lazard's good. Corey Davis drives me crazy, dude. He's always hurt. He's always falling down.
But not Lazard for $14 million.
No, you can't.
Nah. No, hell no.
But that's what he's gonna want a payday like that.
But the thing is too, and the thing is about Thielen is he's lost a step, dude. Like we saw him, we saw him firsthand last year. He's a good route runner. He's good. He's consistent. He catches passes, but he can't get open anymore.
Can't separate. They were saying one thing I really liked about bringing him in on a cheap deal is that in the red zone he can cut real quick, but he doesn't have a long speed. So like red zone, he's elite. Like he can shake someone real quick, and as long as he's on like in sync with the quarterback, that as soon as he comes out of the cut, the ball's right there. He still has good hands, and he's quick in small space.
Yeah, but you have Elijah Moore, you have Garrett Wilson. You're gonna we have 2 tight ends last year. We probably didn't use the right way. You know what I mean? Like Conklin had a decent year. Uzama was like, we have all these stars. We haven't even got friggin' what's his face, the Ruckert involved yet. Like the Jets have targets. I just think sometimes I think we get fascinated by names. And I always liked Alan Thielen, but it's like, dude,
I'm not going to bring him in for $10 million. Like, screw that.
No,
Like,
I'm going to be honest with you, Blake. I'm going to be really honest with both of you. I would rather cut Corey Davis. I just think that he doesn't bring enough. Since he's been here, he hasn't done enough to warrant $10 million a
dude,
year.
if he's
restructuring,
if he's going to take $8 million, if he's going to take $8 million to come back, that's and he puts up 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's like.
I mean, but listen, as for what he's done for the last couple of years, I mean, he's been injured in time of need. I mean, you haven't, I mean, listen, I would rather go, me personally, I've been sitting all night. I want the kid from Detroit. I don't know the kid's name, but the kid is a straight burner. I'd rather have him, bring Mims in the draft, somebody young. That's what I would rather do. I just think that Davis, yeah, that's it. Yo, listen, I think having Davis just, I mean, he's a I don't know, man. He just drops too many balls. He's never inconsistent. He's not on the field. It's just, man, it's hard to have him.
Hey,
Tim,
how
you feeling, man? Tim, let me know how you feeling, bro.
He made some big man catches though when we needed.
I mean, he has, but listen, Blake, he's made less than more. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't made that many really significant catches to where we could be like, yo, we need to bring him back. And I'm sorry, $8 million is overpaid to me.
Not for receiver nowadays, but like that Minnesota game, that big shot across the middle, that was a baller catch. Like,
big balls out on the field. What about the Baltimore game when he dropped the ball, or what about the Minnesota game where he dropped a few passes? I mean, listen, if we brought him in to be our number one, right? And he has not lived up to number one. When I ask you a question, who's our number one receiver on this team right now?
Garrett Wilson.
Exactly. Sure. The rookie. So
but if you bring him back at wide receiver 3 money, that's a steal.
No, I mean I understand where you're coming from, but it's like, is he worth $10 million? You can't get an upgrade over for $10 million.
It'd be about 6.
Yeah, 6.
I mean, 6. No, 6. See, then we're talking something different. Because that other $4 million can be allocated to bring in some backup on the offensive line.
You know what the interesting thing is? What do you guys think about Jamal Williams bringing another running back in?
Oh God, no! I don't want that because I think you might have to pay him. He had 17 touchdowns last year.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's like, "Oh, they're gonna bring in him." I'm like, everybody loves Breece Hall, everybody loves Zonovan Knight, everybody loves Michael Carter, and now we're gonna bring in like a big time money running back.
But you know,
Breece, I'd rather run with the youth group.
Hey, listen, Breece is gonna be on the pup list, man. To start the season, we know that already.
Yeah, but you're gonna spend big money on a running back.
Michael Carter and Zonovan Knight, dude.
No. Listen, I mean, no. I didn't bring him back. Ty Johnson, he's a free agent too, correct?
Yeah, but he'd be like a 1 year, $2.5 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But would you bring him back though? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, if he is willing to do that. But like some of those guys, they get those kind of contract offers and they get salty, and they want to bounce or whatever. And the only other thing I'll say, just because you brought up the running backs, are you guys worried about Michael Carter and Zonovan Knight, that how they disappeared kind of at the end of last year, or do you think it's just because they knew we couldn't throw it?
Well, the offensive line went to shit. They had nobody respected the quarterback, and I thought that was Zonovan Knight's first time he got extensive playing time too. I'm sure he hit a wall at some point. And the thing with Michael Carter,
he showed up though.
But the thing with Michael Carter, it almost seemed like he was hurt or something, dude. Like something went wrong.
Doghouse or something.
He didn't look like himself, dude. He used to be like fast, physical, dragging guys.
Yeah.
He didn't bring that same effort, like
at all,
right?
At all this season.
Yeah, he would shake 2-3 guys, and then yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
And I'm going to say this about Bam Knight. I think Bam Knight came in and played an excellent role in what he did. And I think that the more carries that he get, they're not bringing Robinson back. So, he's going to go somewhere else. So I think we probably get somebody late in the draft as well to bring in just to be another body. And I'm going to be honest with you. If they find me another Bam Knight, I'm cool with it. I mean, I think Bam played his ass off. I think he did an amazing job coming in. And I think Carter, I think Tyson, I kind of agree with you, Tyson. I think he's been hurt all season long. He's just tough through it because he hasn't had his explosiveness. He didn't have his toughness. And if you notice, they started not using him towards the
James
James
Robinson trade was a complete disaster.
I'm not saying that McKnight fell off. I mean, listen, when you don't respect the quarterback and you can put 8 in the box and there's nothing you can do, it's kind of hard to win like that, man. It's just hard, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Blake, thanks for calling him, man. We appreciate it.
Yo, and congratulations, Blake. Yo, congratulations, bro.
Thank you again, man. All right. We'll crank it on wrong here. We got like a celebrity in here. Look at this guy. You're blessing us tonight?
Oh!
Hey guys, how you doing?
Look at you coming on.
We're not worthy. What's going on, big homie? How you been, man?
I've been good. I got classes, so I couldn't call in, but I'm on spring break this week, so I wanted to call in.
How's school going, man?
Oh, it's going good. Just Just keep working at it, keep pushing. Gotta stay dedicated.
Your Rutgers got screwed, huh?
I mean, to be honest, I'm not. But I'm not that mad about it. I'm tired of watching us blow leads. I don't care.
I knew he was going to say that, man. You knew that was coming, Tyson. You knew he was going to say that. Oh.
All right, so give us your Aaron Rodgers rundown. Nervous, anxious? You think it's done already? What?
I mean, at this point, it's like I think I hope it's done, but I'm just trying to just stay calm. I was freaking out earlier. I'm not gonna lie. It was earlier in the week. I was sitting there. I typed in the chat. I don't know if you saw, but I woke up in like a cold sweat. I had a dream that Rodgers retired. I was like, I checked my phone. I seen Twitter, and nothing was happening. I was like, oh my god, it was a dream. I was like, I'm having nightmares about Rodgers retiring. It was crazy. But now it's just like, Carr is gone. I mean, I didn't really want Jimmy G. There's no real options. I mean, I wasn't really high on White coming back, because the way I felt about it is, with us trying to go all in on winning, really anything but Rodgers or Carr, I felt like we'd end up coming short. Jimmy G is probably likely to get injured anyway. So it's just you just got to wait for it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's been way too long.
So at what point does the waiting turn into pure panic? Is that Wednesday?
I mean, what I would hope is that the Jets know, because I couldn't imagine. Obviously the reports are just saying the Jets don't know, but if the Jets are just saying they don't know, then I mean, we know that the Jets are good at not leaking things in Douglas's regime.
Yeah, but if they know and they're willing to put a hold on their entire free agency approach for how many days to appease this guy? Listen, okay, you want to play the game today. All right, you want to, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, you got to conduct your business and move on as an organization. No, you can't just keep right?
Yeah.
Something here.
I think the reason I'm not too stressed at the moment is because I do think that it should happen for the beginning of the league year. Because I remember I saw somewhere that if he's on the Packers at the start of the league year, for him to get traded, they have to restructure his contract.
Yeah.
And then that's a whole other hassle that they won't want. So if it is happening, I'm sitting in over there. So with I don't think the Ravens are for Lamar. The Ravens would match anything in my opinion.
Me too.
Unless we go full Deshaun Watson route, and then we just be hated by all the other owners again. Because literally, unless Lamar gets a fully guaranteed contract that's just equal to or more than Watson's contract, I can't see the Ravens not. And the Ravens would definitely take the full 5 days just to screw over whoever tried to sign their quarterback, and then just match it anyway.
No, I agree. I think
see him going back though. Listen, I mean, I think the way they've played him and the things they've done to him, I don't see him going back to the Ravens, man. I just don't, man. The way they play,
they can match it, dude. It doesn't matter. They can match it though. I think they're almost letting the other teams conduct their business for them. All right, you go out and get the best deal. So they've negotiated, they couldn't get it done. Go get your best deal and come back and they're gonna match it.
They totally disrespected him though. Their max money was $133, man. That was a joke.
No, but let's play this. Play devil's advocate. Okay, that max money, say it was 133 or 140 million guaranteed, is a joke. If he's not getting it elsewhere, the Ravens won, dude. Because if he wants 200 million and the best offer he's getting is 140, but guess what? The Ravens just saved themselves $60 million.
Well, Tyson, let me see. This is what I'm saying, though. Okay, so Daniel Jones got $44 million. If he plays on the tag, you think Lamar's playing for $32 million and Daniel Jones got $44 million?
If you're not, okay,
Ain't no way.
So then you're going to tell me, so right now you can either play on the tag or he's going to turn down $140 or $150 million.
No, Tyson, listen. The thing with the tag is he can sit at home till week 10. Yeah, you know that?
You can do that. And you know what? He'd also be turning down $150 million guarantee. That's, dude. At some point, you got to say, you know what? This is the best deal I'm going to get, because especially after coming off injuries. If he's been injured the last couple of years, right? You played the game. This is why you should have an agent. He played the game.
This is the problem.
But it's not working. He played the game, though, Tyrone. It's not working. So now he's out there. Non-exclusive tag. We all said that's great. But if the NFL, whether it's collusion or not, or they say, you know what, we're not going to give you $200 million guaranteed, then what do you do?
Tyson, I agree with you wholeheartedly, and I'm gonna be honest with you. He really needs an agent because listen, there's no way he's gonna play with less money than Daniel Jones and Kyler Murray when he's a way better quarterback.
But it's guaranteed money, man. At some point, you come back and wait. At what point? So you're in March now, right? If you get to what, August, Javid, and still the teams are still playing this game, whatever else, and it's like, all right, you don't turn down the $160 million. Like, you know what? I'll take the $160 million guaranteed, and that's it. Like,
no, I agree. Right? I think like. The Ravens definitely it feels disrespectful to me.
Yep.
But
yeah, you feel me, John? You feel like
I see exactly
who he is. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I mean,
he's a phenomenal player, but the Browns fucked this up.
I mean, Tyson, I understand that part. Not only, sorry, John.
No, you're good.
I don't even think he wants the whole thing guaranteed. I think he just wants, probably 180, 190 fully guaranteed. But Tyson, they offered him 133. Like, that's just totally disrespectful.
Yeah, but we don't know. Yeah, but we only know what's being reported too. I mean,
but he leaked that shit out for a reason.
I understand, but you never know what else could have happened though too. So it's like,
I understand that part.
But there's teams now; they all have a chance to reach out to him, and starting Wednesday, to see what kind of money is being talked about.
The league is in collusion, Tyson. They already said, yo, listen, we're not giving them shit. Like, yo, I don't care. Listen, anytime these teams that need a quarterback, you think that if Lamar Jackson goes to Washington, they're not probably one of the number one teams in the NFC East. They'll dominate. But you don't want that. Carolina, you're telling me that you want to go draft the kid and put him in, and you gave up 2 first-rounders, which you could have had a MVP of the league.
What do you think, Java? Tell us.
I mean, I think the Colts could be a sneaky team to try and potentially pay him. I mean, I think the problem with that is, are they going to really want to give up the 4th pick? But they just got jumped. So, I mean, what they looking at, Richardson?
Yep.
Unless the Panthers jumped up for him, I mean, they're going to miss out on Stroud and Young. And we know their owner came out and he was like, oh, that Alabama kid looks pretty good, like an idiot.
Their owner's an ass. Listen, their owner's an ass. So he would definitely do some weird stuff and just go ahead and give him. You know what, Lamar? You want to fully guaranteed contract? Come on over here, big fella. Let's get that.
What are you gonna say, Tyson?
No, good.
Oh, I was gonna try and talk about the wide receiver situation in a second.
Go for it. Let's hit. So you're a controversial figure on this show, dude. So we're looking forward to this wide receiver take.
I mean, I wasn't really wrong about the AJ Brown thing, was I?
Oh,
damn!
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired, big fella.
That's true.
Hold on, let me sit back and be quiet and let y'all have y'all conversation.
Oh, you're gonna be quiet? It'll be the first time in an hour and a half.
Oh man!
Go ahead. Let's hear your wide receiver takes.
I really think I like Davis, but to me, I can't see. Shut up, Sam Darnold. I can't see why he should be back making that kind of money. And then I think I don't think a restructure is the best thing for him, because wouldn't we have to? How many years he has left? Is it just the one?
I think is it 1 or 2?
For us to restructure him, we'd have to add extra years, whether it's void or not. So I don't really see.
Just put that out there, man. Don't lose your thought.
I can come back to that because I was very correct, but I'm not gonna back down over this. But I wouldn't give him that money. I think if you're looking at. I think Randall Cobb's probably going to end up being here, assuming we get Rodgers, right?
Right.
And you could see Randall as like a backup. I mean, a replacement for Berrios, and he'd be cheaper than Berrios would have been. He's like an experienced person in the room. I would get rid of Davis. I like the idea of Odell, but I also like the idea of potentially drafting someone at 13. I don't know.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Whoa! Slow down.
Let's go.
I like Johnson. I like JSN. I also like Addison. Those are 3 guys who I think, like, obviously this class, wide receiver class, isn't like the deepest. So if you're gonna get a wide receiver, you got to look towards the top. Those 3 guys are good. I think Johnson is he's a big guy with size too, so he could kind of fill that Davis role of being a good blocker. I mean, if you don't really have a wide receiver in free agency, and then if you do that, right, going that Corey gone that way route,
So you don't want Thielen or Lazard?
I mean, you was arguing the perfect argument for why we shouldn't want Thielen. We saw him last year. You know,
I agree. He doesn't get separation.
Bad. He looks horrible.
Being friends with Rodgers isn't gonna get you wide receiver 2 on my team. It will on
this team.
If you did go the cut Davis route and you look towards the draft, then if you were to cut bait with Whitehead, you could throw a little bit of money at Gardner Johnson by opening those 2 spots up, because we've already opened up the cap to get Rodgers, so it's not like we need to open more cap to get him. So, and then also when you get Rodgers, more people are going to be likely to want to restructure and stuff. Has it takes like this? I'm sorry. I'll try to be around more. I'm sorry.
You always say that. You just blow us off.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Then we'll see it for 2 months.
Yep.
No, I'll be here in the upcoming to draft season. I gotta make my hot takes. Gotta start scouting punters. All this nonsense.
You don't want.
We need a punter big time too. I want Braden Mann the fuck out of here.
Braden Mann's gotta go.
He's horrible, man.
He's gotta go.
All right, so we got news. More cap space for the Jets. The team is converting $6 million of John Franklin-Meyer's base salary into a signing bonus, creating $4.8 million in cap space.
Okay.
We got some news. Just so you know. Trying to keep everybody, up to date here.
Why would we be doing that?
But
who are we doing that for?
Can we get the news?
Freedom.
Everybody's been waiting for 2 days, for a week, a month for.
But yeah, if we did that, potentially throwing in some money at Gardner Johnson, which I think that secondary. I mean, because I know what Quincy, I love that he's back, but obviously, we know he has some like inconsistency issues. But linebacker is in the most important position for us, and having that secondary, if we had Sauce, Reed, Gardner Johnson, and then Clark, oh my god. Oh my!
That's nasty. That's a really nasty secondary.
And
Gardner Johnson is absolutely the one piece that we've been missing, and that you would love to have. I think that what he brings, what we already have back there, and he's just he can really be free range and just run all over the field. Man, we good.
Do you consider trading for a guy like Hopkins?
Yeah, I would. I mean, that's a no-brainer to me. But
it's hard to say no to that.
Yeah,
let's be honest, man. It's hard to say hard to that, bro. It's hard to say no to that.
I say, once you've decided you're going all in, you might as well just do it. Like
they're going to, man. They're going to sell their souls.
If you're going to go all in to get Rodgers, even if you get him to do 2 years, you got to go try and win. You can't be like, oh man, we wish we made this move or we wish we made that move.
But don't you
half-ass it? Is just.
But don't you think, though, once you go for Rodgers, you go all in thinking this year is the only year you're going to get him? Like you sell everything for this year because there's no guarantee for next year.
I mean, I guess that depends on your talks with him. Like, because I mean, you would obviously sell out, but if the team looks good and looks competitive, you can see him coming back. Obviously, in Tampa Bay, it's completely different.
Based on what? He messes around the Packers every year.
He's dragging us out there now. He's doing it now.
The whole narrative about, the Packers, I can understand, though, because the Packers screwed him over. I thought drafting Love was a bad move. I think, a lot of people, we talk about Rodgers don't gotta.
But if it was about winning, they were winning, though.
I mean, they're winning, but then when you look at Rodgers didn't play great in every playoff game, but you look at a lot of the reasons they collapsed is that defense. They didn't do the right things. They keep neglecting him getting offensive help for defensive players, and then defensive shit. I mean, San Francisco came into there and ran for like 400 yards on them with like 4 different running backs? You remember that NFC Championship game? They got blown out the water. Their defense been letting them down. It's like, what do you want him to do? And then you never get him offensive help.
And plus, he didn't play.
It sounds like a Sam Darnold conversation, doesn't it?
I mean, well, Darnold didn't play good. You have to play good first before I'll blame the defense. You have to play well. So we'll never get there. Speaking of the defense, I think something like, kind of, we're not talking about it a lot, but bringing back Rankins is definitely needed, because if they're going to still be real stupid about this rotation and they let Rankins walk, and we got to watch like some of these guys come back. What was the guy? Who was the one who kept getting all them penalties every single time?
Nathan Shepard.
We got to watch.
He's a free agent, so he's probably gone too.
Jets going to bring him back on a real cheap deal. That's what they love to do.
So So your number one free agent, your wish list, your number one free agent is going to be who? Who you really want the most?
Can I do like a 1A, 1B?
You can do whatever you want, man. This is really your show. We're just here to entertain.
Show, man. We're just over, bro. It's your show.
Gardner
Johnson.
Gardner Johnson, and I want us to get Brendo. I think they said we were reaching out to him, we were talking to him. You know, you guys solidified that line. You know, I know people say, you know, you can get a young center in the draft, and you know, young centers have been stepping up, like Creed and why would I do that? I've had terrible experiences at MetLife. My 2 Jets games has been Patriots.
I like how he gets sidetracked. He gets so sidetracked by the chat. He just gets
you sidetracking me.
Listen, man, I like to give the chat a chance to talk and just share their thoughts, and you just get sidetracked so easily. It's outstanding. That's good.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say, you know, I know some young centers have been playing well, like what Creed has, and then the Eagles guy, I'm not the Eagles. He was a guard, my bad. That they drafted, but I don't know if I really want to take that risk at that moment. When if you can get Brendel for a decent deal, I would just do it. You know, lock that up right now, because we also like we don't know. Like, say we give up a second rounder for Rodgers, right? Yep. We're not going to draft center at 13.
Nope.
So what if the good guys are gone by the 3rd round?
Yep.
So then we have a question in the chat. Do you still think DJ Moore is better than DK Metcalf?
Well, if you remember the take, I said as good. But you know, I'll say this: I'd like to see how he does with Fields. I mean, I think DJ Moore. You look at the quarterbacks DJ Moore has been having thrown to him, and you compare him to DK Metcalf. And I think my main issue with DK when I compared him, I said he was kind of overrated because, you know, DK's route tree is very limited. I mean, he really just is a big guy who just is fast and he runs deep. I mean, what does he really do? He is not a route technician. This is why I said AJ Brown was better than the guy or as good, and no one says that. And then, oh jeez.
Thanks for calling it, man. We appreciate it. It's good seeing. Maybe don't vanish for 3 more months now, all right?
Exactly.
I'll be back. I promise.
We'll have a good night, man. Have a good night, bro.
Have a nice night, guys.
He gets so frazzled, dude. Like
man.
he'll get on a good thought process, and all of a sudden, he just get one. I do it on purpose. I wait for the chat to say something. You put it on screen. He's starting to read it. He can't figure it out. It's awesome. I love it. All right. What's up, man?
Hey guys, thank you for having me. How's your night going?
Not too bad, man. You know, just sitting here scrolling through Twitter, waiting for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, trust me, that's been me the last couple weeks, man. I've been glued to my phone, looking at Twitter every minute or two. Refresh, look, and wait. It just sucks, man. It sucks that we have to wait, man. I'll admit this, dude. I'm a huge Aaron Rodgers fan, but like this. It just sucks that we have to wait, man. Like, we're twiddling our thumbs where the Dolphins are building to win this year. They literally are having so much talent, dude. I'm kind of getting scared of them. We're lucky that they have Tua.
It's only been like 10 hours, though, man. It's only been like 10 hours, though.
Ramsey ain't that guy no more, man. He the best cornerback in the AFC, or best cornerback in the NFL, plays for the Jets.
Wait. We still got the best CB duo in the league. Yeah, I'm not still, though. You know, they're getting a lot better. They're getting a lot closer. And it just, you know, we're just stuck here just waiting on Rodgers. It just kind of is frustrating.
But we're all, dude, I'm not going to lie to you, dude. I'm ridiculously frustrated. I thought it had been done at 10 o'clock this morning. I thought it'd be done at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And now we're dragging it out. It's like, you're not going to sleep peacefully because you're always going to want to check Twitter, make sure you don't miss anything, which is annoying. But ideally, until it hits Wednesday, it's not the end of the world. He could play it out till then. But, I mean, if you want to see that commitment to the team, like, I want to be a Jet. I want to go. Let's get this going. Like, you kind of wanted that feeling. That's definitely not happening now.
Yeah. Right. The one thing I do have, I'm happy we don't get called just but the comments he said, you know, that got me. That rubbed me the wrong way, man.
What did he say?
He said that that he would try all his hardest, but he can't 100% say they will win.
He's being honest.
Dude, if that was in New York,
the Jets owner never has a playoff mandate. What the hell's the difference?
He ain't lying. Damn sure he won.
It just, to me, it just seemed like it just rubbed me the wrong way with that.
Texan fan here. Just stop by to show some love. Thank you, man. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man.
We
Thanks,
play
man.
you guys. And you know what? You got a great coach at D'Amico Ryans, man.
Yes,
so
you
you got
do.
Jimmy Ward, too. Got to figure out who the quarterback's going to be, though.
Right.
They got the second pick of the draft, so they definitely gonna figure that out really quick.
The one thing that I think he will be coming here. It's just that one night when our guys.
I don't know. What does Rodgers on SNY mean? I don't know what that means.
Wait, what? What does that mean?
I don't know. I have no idea.
But going back to what I was saying, it just doesn't make sense. The night when we all guys went to California to go talk to him, them coming out, they were all smoking, have like a good time. Like that must. I'm still thinking about that, saying that has to mean something. He has to be coming here. He's just being.
Well, the players all like once that tweet came out, the players were all taking credit. Like, yeah, we've been recruiting him. We want him to come here. Then they all backed off, and I'm guessing that Jets ownership or whoever, Joe Douglas probably texted everybody and said, "Listen, cut the shit. It's not done. We don't have any leaks. Like, we can't be doing all this." So that I'm not too worried about that kind of stuff. I just think it proves that nobody really knows what's going on right now. Nobody has any idea.
Well, it's information warfare. The one thing I do want to say, the guy that talked about earlier today, I'm trying to remember his name. Yeah, he's been right on. He has reported everything that Rodgers has done. Last year, when he was the first one to report that he was coming back to the Packers, and so he's in Rodgers' circle. He always seems like he knows what Rodgers is thinking.
Well, listen, Rodgers admittedly said he has an inner circle that nobody really knows what he's doing. Trey Wingo put that out there. He's been quiet since. Let's hope he's right, dude. If he's not, that'll be a colossal mess for him, dude. He'll lose all kinds of credibility.
That's gonna fly back and hit you in the face.
Yep.
If we don't get him, dude, we'll be the laughing stock for this whole next year. There'll be nothing for us to even talk about, man.
Stock about, but just sitting there taking this. You absolutely.
If this backs out, he comes out tomorrow and says he's going to retire. This would be a monumental mess for the Jets. Not even close.
All right, I'll head out, guys. Thank you so much, man. Hopefully you can get signed.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
All right. The voice of reason.
The voice of reason.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good night. Good evening.
Good evening.
Look, this is Walter Concrete. Give us the update. How you feel?
What update to give you?
You got inside sources. Tell me something. This is just dragging.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
Didn't we say this though? Did we say this?
Yeah. I just don't. I don't. We'll probably if he signs, we'll probably find out after the fact why it took so long. Hello, Elmo.
Hey, balls.
There you go. Hey,
this is.
Guess what's playing on NFL Network at 10:00?
Sam Darnold versus Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers against Zach Wilson. The game this year. They got the Jets against Green Bay. Just keep there. They just dig that in there.
dig a little deeper every time, don't they?
Oh man!
So you're gonna
hello, son.
You're gonna preach us patience.
I don't preach anything. I just.
He's frustrated. The voice of reason.
It is. We know it is. It's. We're so anxious to have this done, and move on. But
we're definitely having a show tomorrow night, and we have our normal Tuesday show. And if this drags out Wednesday, Thursday, whatever, we'll have a show that night too because we're delirious.
You're delirious because you haven't gotten any sleep.
I haven't. Because you know what was from today, I'm like, this shit'll be done by 10:00. He'll make his announcement. The trade will be done. Make some videos. Life will be easy. Nope. Spend all day refreshing Twitter.
What has come easy for us?
Nothing.
Yeah, so, I don't know.
But so when do you think that this all gets finished? Do you think by Wednesday?
I'm hoping tomorrow. I really do. I'm hoping tomorrow.
Your level of confidence, what percentage?
50%. That's all I can do. That's 50% today. Tomorrow, 50% the next day. You don't know with this guy. I really don't know why it has to be delayed. Nothing is, I know you guys talked about the March 17th, but all this is that an agreement was made. The official things can happen at any date after the fact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's not, this is not a,
issue.
yeah. I don't know.
Everybody's frustrated.
It is. It's just, you just want it done. You want to move on, and then, they're clearing up cap space. What's their plan?
Yep.
Were they planning to get much in free agency? He's freeing up cap space for him, or has he freed up cap space for him? Or,
well, they needed cap space just in general to be able to make moves and sign other players.
Yeah, I mean, you would think they would do. They signed Quincy. I like this kid Gardner from the Eagles. Can they afford him? What's it going to cost? What did Bates get? I think he got what?
Big money.
You got
16,
right? 16 a year.
Was it 16 or was it 12? I just don't remember. It was a 3-year contract, right?
Yeah, it was 3 years.
It was a 3-year contract.
Was it 4 years? Hold on. What was it?
I forget.
I was looking at it earlier.
I have so many freaking numbers in my head right now. I'm going to go delirious.
I know. It's just.
But I mean, but then is it a priority position that you want to spend money on, where you still have Quan Alexander, you have Sheldon, you got, you figured offensive line, you got to get a center. Is that money well spent chasing a safety where you can address other positions on the field? And you need a receiver too.
You would think they would focus on the offensive line.
Definitely very important. So did McGovern sign, or is that was just
it was on there, but I don't know if he officially signed. The two McGoverns,
No, the one from Dallas. The one from Dallas signed.
I know he signed with the Bills, and they was at the.
They said the McGovern went to the Lions, but apparently that wasn't true.
No,
okay.
Can't keep track of all this shit
because they were paying him what, $11 million.
Yeah, that's what it said. Yeah, that's not
pretty,
true.
Yeah, that's pretty good money for him.
It was 23 million. Yeah, you're right, 11 a year. Yeah,
it was 11 a year, and there was a lot of bonuses attached to it. It's just frustrating with this. It's just you want to fill in those gaps. You want to be prepared for the season coming. I mean, once this guy gets on the field, you know what he's going to do.
Yep.
He has the ability. There's no doubting that. But
you just want to have it solidified. You want to know he's in place. Then you start piecing together. You know how much cap space you have. Then you know what other players you need to get. Players are going to want to come here. It all just falls into place. You just want to start. Let's start now. You know what I mean? We have a question for you.
Yes.
How is Jets Turbulence doing?
All right, I guess I haven't been on since last week. I think whatever. It's hard. Their schedules off. They're never in sync. Only on certain times, but they're all right. They're doing. They reach out and they get their guys. They're trying. They're good guys.
Definitely. They're getting a lot of guests, man. They're doing good with that.
Yeah, I mean Dan really he pushes. He gets it, and they come on. They had Evan from
WFAN.
Yeah, he was good. He was good. He was laughing. He took it he enjoyed it. So that's you'd like to see more of that.
They're on tomorrow at 8.
There you go.
Same time as us. Perfect.
I'll be here. But
now we gotta watch where Afram is tomorrow.
No. The voice of reason. You about to steal.
Afram acting all professional, but when he's on Jets Turbulence, he's happy when the porn stars come on.
No, those come in. I'm in the middle, and Joe just brings them on as if it's the new curtain opens. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, he enjoys it. So.
Yeah, I love them guys, man.
So your prediction is what? Aaron Rodgers will be a Jet by when?
Well, the announcement will be made. I'm saying by tomorrow afternoon. Officially probably Wednesday or Thursday or the Friday, whatever, the signing. But I'm kind of, there's a speculation. They put Huff out for a second round tender. A lot of people speculating that they want to recoup a second round pick. Maybe that's what the compensation is to Green Bay.
They cannot let Huff leave for a second rounder for $4.6 million. There's no way they can do that. That's not wise at all.
I think he comes. I can't see Douglas going through this with no backup, without knowing that Rodgers is all in. There's just something is, you know, the only thing I could see in it, which is really, you know, I would have pushed back as a GM if Woody's pushing this no matter what, and that, you know,
that's costing somebody their job. Listen,
whose job is it cost? He's the one. I go back.
He's the one that pushed
what
it.
You wanted. Don't blame this on me. You wanted this.
Yep. This was his
you,
mission.
not me.
Yep.
I told you we signed with this guy. You know.
You know what? You got to know when to hold him. You got to know when to fold him. You got to know when to walk away because they pushed all they call all they.
But that was him though, dude. The Jets have gone above and beyond. They've done everything possible to get Aaron Rodgers to come here. If he doesn't do it,
Tyson.
The guy flew out to meet him. The owner went to fly out to meet him. So they said the meeting went well. I mean, right now, no one knows anything really.
If he doesn't come here, what's their next option?
That's a tough one because I don't think they're going to pay guaranteed money to Lamar.
Okay.
You know, you look at that. You know, you got Deshaun Watson. You look at this year, he's getting paid all right, but 2024, $63 million paycheck for the next 3 years after that.
Yep,
$63 million, all guaranteed. You know, and if he doesn't produce. You know,
you stuck with
like many say, you know, and plus a lot of people have said that he won't do that to the Ravens either. He won't stick it to the Ravens. You know?
I just don't think I think the Ravens, they're not going to put like a poison pill in there to get the Ravens to screw them over. I think he's just going to go back. I mean, I get the whole approach that he'd be your next guy, but I don't think it's happening, man.
I hope the kid goes back to Baltimore. I hope he learns from the lesson. You can't do this on your own. You really need an agent. It didn't work out. It's not working out for him.
Yep.
It is, you know, and it's sad. You know, he's a young kid. I don't know why he never got an agent, you know.
Because his rookie contract is basically it's just formality. It is what it is. You know, there's because you already know the pay scale for that. I think this contract right here, he needs somebody to be able to understand and put a little bit more pressure.
Especially for the value of it, like the monumental price that you know, he's trying to get like a historic contract. He's an agent to do that.
And you know, this is where an agent would come to him and say, "Hey, understand the situation. The Browns made a big mistake." And explain to him that this is not the norm.
Well, I think it's being proved to him. Like it's being proven by the rest of the NFL isn't offering him that.
Yeah, and when the Commanders are saying we're going to start Matt Corral.
Yep, you already know what time it is, and they definitely need that.
What's that?
Carolina.
Carolina went out and
Corral. It's like Sam Howell. That's
Sam Howell. Yeah,
the
Panthers traded up for #1 pick.
Yeah, and so you're getting all these guys. Where this guy can be dominant with some of these teams, but you know it's the writings on the wall. You know, you're going to end up having to go back and what did they offer him? 133 million guaranteed.
Fully guaranteed, yeah.
All right, it's 133. How many times are you going to get that? That's a lot of money.
Especially in the NFL, you're one play away from being over.
But that's the funny part, though, right? He's what, 24, 25?
26. It'd be 26.
26. So you sign a 3 or 4 year deal
and get a second one.
Prime 30. Exactly. Exactly. That's when you get the real. You know. So either way, you're going to get your money. I understand that as well. I think he needs an agent. I think somebody else has to speak for him. I just don't think he has.
Well, I know his mother's in with him with that. And I don't know if his mother's telling him we'll take care of it. I don't know.
I'm just saying. Listen, what's the saying? If you have yourself for a lawyer, you know you have a fool for a client.
Yeah,
I kind of agree. I mean, it's just how I feel. I mean, listen, I love the kid. At some point, you have to realize the approach you're taking is not working. Let me get somebody in here smarter than me who understands this and let them handle it. So that's what I would do.
Especially when the owner said the Browns contract was ridiculous. We're never going to pay that off the bat. You know, all the owners saw that.
Yep.
You know, I just feel when the when the cap goes up, when the TV money comes in, I want to see what the next position that all of a sudden who's going to be the owner that's going to pay let's say a linebacker in the high 20s or something to that effect.
Yeah.
There's always going to be that one guy who needs that special guy, and
the one outlier. Yep.
And then he's just going to change, just like the wide receiver market changed, right? Guy, Christian
Jacksonville ruined that for everybody,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
He played well though.
Yep.
He played well, but still, it was 20-something million. Everyone else went 20-something. So now, you talked about the Hopkins. What's Hopkins going to cost you?
Yep. Well, he supposedly said he's not looking to break the bank with his next contract, but who knows if that's true or not.
Yeah, this is okay. When he sees everyone else, and you get this guy. Where's this money coming from? Because you do have to have a balanced budget at that.
Excuse me. You know why they don't want to do the guaranteed contracts? Because they have to have that money in escrow.
Yeah,
that's why they want to do that, because if you offer this guy $240 million, you have to have that 240 set in the escrow. So that's why they're not.
But these owners are billionaires, dude. They got money.
I know, Tyson,
but that was the reason why the Raiders were not in with Rodgers, because they said Davis is strapped. Yeah.
Tyson, well, listen,
he couldn't have $60 million in escrow.
But some of these. I know what you're saying, Tyrone, but some of these owners are ridiculous. They have money. The guy in Atlanta can give two shits about that. He can do that in his sleep.
I understand that, but listen, if you have fully guaranteed contracts for everybody, that's why they don't want to do that, because you have your money, but that money's allocated somewhere else.
I understand how it works, but I'm saying some of these owners, this is a hobby to them.
Yeah, and some of these owners, it ain't. Some of these ones, like you said, with the Raiders, are cap strap, and they can't, remember Cincinnati? Remember they owned it for the longest time?
Well, I mean, we'll learn right now where you have an owner like the guy in Atlanta who can afford it and can do it. If he doesn't offer a contract like that, it tells you something. It tells you that the market's ridiculous, or it could even be collusion at that point, I guess.
Hey, listen, you guys are wrong too. It's not the Jets and Zach Wilson. It's Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
Yeah, you was right, Tyson. I see Sam jogging out there now.
Sam Darnold versus Aaron Rodgers. Sam Darnold's big game.
A tall Bowles on the sideline, so I already know about to lose.
Afrin got it wrong.
Yeah. You saw Michael Kay had brought up the Jalen Ramsey contract. Just from going from LA to Miami, he gained $2 million on top of that deal.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
From taxes, $2 million.
No taxes, yeah.
From going from California to Florida.
You know what's so funny though? People talking about him going to Miami, how that's going to change him. Man, listen, he hasn't been an elite corner in three since he won a Super Bowl.
What if he goes to safety though? Would he change up and go to safety at all?
Yeah, but you know what, Tyson? I hope not no time soon. Because I want to see Garrett Wilson just run through him a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Let Garrett Wilson get that 180 on him. You know what I'm saying? Or let Elijah Moore get that 180 on him.
I wonder if the owners will ever get together and say, "Hey, based on region, can we pay this guy to compensate?" You know how you go in any job, you go and work at a different state, you get paid accordingly. Yeah. If they'll do the same thing for players, because I know they've also, a lot of people brought up to have a different cap just for the quarterback, to because the price is going up. But the
union will never agree to that though.
No, because they know that the next position is going to go right up. Someone's going to
they're never going to do that.
TV,
thanks for calling it, man. We appreciate it.
I'm as tired as you are, and you ran 54 miles.
Fuck, I'm exhausted, dude.
The voice of reason.
I don't know, not today. I'm just the voice of
frustration. Sad fandom, absolutely.
Yeah, it's this is whatever. Have a good night, guys.
You too, man.
Have a good night.
Trying to listen. I'm like fucking. I'm on fumes right now. I'm ready. I can't drink coffee. So I got to work early in the morning. What's up, man?
My God.
Jose!
My God.
The show stopper. The closer.
Tyson, first of all, you are my hero.
Oh, thank you, man.
As you sign the tweet, Bob, I don't know, Alfred, whoever else is in the chat. Hello. Now, let's talk about this. I never wanted any team. I'd like to go after Aaron Rodgers because to me it's like me going to a strip club.
Ooh, he ain't see it. He's not gonna touch it. He ain't see it.
I'm gonna get the look. They're gonna toy with me, and then I'm just gonna be frustrated when I leave and when they leave.
Well, hopefully we're not going to leave frustrated. Hopefully Aaron Rodgers actually this trade gets done and we're all right.
I sure hope so, man. I sure hope so.
Today's been a frustrating day as a Jet fan, though. It's definitely been a frustrating day.
It's been a
100%.
long day as a Jet. Tyson, we've been up since this morning, refreshing all day. I think everybody's done that.
Ridiculous.
I think all three of us have.
It's ridiculous. When do you think it gets resolved, Jose?
Not this week.
Oh, not this week?
Don't say this week. Come on, big
Oh,
homie.
Lord
Come
have
on, big
mercy.
homie. Come on, big homie.
My liver can't take
Not
that.
this week. Don't say this week.
He's a diva.
Oh.
When you first started the live, I wrote in the chat, A-Rock equals A-Rock, meaning compare Alex Rodriguez to Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers, they're both fucking divas.
Yep.
That love DA attention and love themselves.
Yep.
They don't care about the fans.
Nah, not at all.
It's a good comparison for sure.
Yeah. Don't say this
Look at
week,
you
though,
bringing
man.
the fire tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna make tomorrow. I'm gonna make a video about what you did. So.
Oh, thank you.
What's up, man?
I'll share that on Twitter once it's done.
I'll definitely check it out.
I know PT isn't here.
Yep.
PT isn't here. But doesn't he watch baseball, right?
Yep.
What is the point of the World Baseball Classic?
Money. Making money, man. That's what it is. It's a money maker.
All the way around.
That is so freaking annoying.
Yep.
I'd rather
You just hope nobody gets hurt.
Yep.
I'd rather watch the home run derby.
No, I'm with you, dude. 100%.
All right. Well,
have a good night, man. Thanks for ruining
I
all
love
our,
you, little bro.
Thanks for ruining our week by saying he's not going to be signed for a week. So I appreciate that.
Did you want me? Did you want me to lie to you? Or?
No, we appreciate your sincerity.
Yeah, listen. You know what? Listen, you can when it comes to a whole week, you get a lot on that one.
Yeah.
I took 2 days. You had to say a week. That hurt.
Have a good night, man.
All right, love you. Love you, little bro. Be good.
Love
man.
you guys too.
All right, man.
Later,
ahead,
dude.
bro.
Later.
All right. We're wrapping this up. We'll be live tomorrow night. Hopefully something happens. Yeah, we saw the restructure. We announced that before.
Yeah.
We saw it. The Jets have cap space. They have a full sales pitch to Aaron Rodgers. Now he just got to agree to it.
Yeah, hopefully it comes in like 2:00 tonight while we just wake up to the good news. First thing in the morning, whatever. I don't know, man.
I cannot be at work all day tomorrow with this hanging over heads. I'll be on the phone.
Man,
I'll get fired. So thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you guys tomorrow night.
All right, have a good one. Good night.